point of that in very few moments here. Before that, let's throw it over to our casters.
Hello!
Everyone! There's three of us here.
Oh, it's free because now it's gonna be basically best of 7.
Yeah, what's going on with it? Bring it up. I've never seen her.
Hello guys, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
I think I'm carrying over all the energy I still had after yesterday. I know we all went 5 games, but I feel like it still wasn't enough. And today, I might feel the same.
Even though it's a best of 7.
Yes.
It is. So
There you go.
with bringing it here, we're going 7 games. That's it. That's it.
That's a guarantee.
Oh no,
This is a guarantee
last
now.
night we went 5.
Oh no!
We had 5 games for the last series 2 days in a row.
2 days in a row.
The exact time Brigida came in.
You know who was there all this time? This guy.
Oh yeah!
You were. You've been here.
You were.
4 days in a row.
4 days in a row. He hasn't rested.
He's gone the distance.
Hey, and also it's Renmar's first time on the desk.
Good to be back. I am not giving main character energy. I just didn't realize everyone chose darker colors.
What's buddy? Yes, what's buddy? I'm not Zana, bro.
We were saving that
Like
for you.
PPI.
Oh!
Right on the money.
He's right there. I love it. I love it. Man, I hope you guys have a great time later. Obviously, it's going to be so intense. 7 games, and we're going to start to get the show started rolling. So I hope you guys save up your energy. We'll talk to you guys later.
We forgot to ask him.
I forgot to ask him what.
Echo or TNC banning?
Oh, that might have been. We might need more
Yes,
than
guys,
30
yes, guys, follow, subscribe, and if you are new to the channel, khatra match one last guys.
We saved them.
We saved them.
TLPH versus TNC.
Yeah, man. Apparently, Redmar's BPI man today. I did not recognize.
I think that was a spur of the moment thing. He just,
I love it. I love it.
he don't like.
Wish I could leave you, my love, but my
Before we get
heart.
started, obviously, we're gonna try to
Après,
break down
कस्तो
this
फेस
matchup,
चेन्ज
which
भएको हो
is
यार.
it's a very difficult to break down matchup. Right now, you cannot tell what TNC is up to. You cannot tell what's up with them.
कसको फेस चेन्ज भयो?
There are stats that predict exactly what they're capable of, especially after Onyx PH last night.
उठ्यो जैजा अरे जैजा त्यही त दामी रहेछ है जेडा भन्ने नि.
They're not touched. There are some strats that they're not
हिजो
comfortable
हिजो
with.
फिलिपिन्ससँग पर्दा उनी केटसँग पर्दा हेरेको सत्ता हान्दिरहेको
It's
जेडा.
clear that they're not as strong.
मतलब जे उयो गाइस TNC लेट्स गो TNC.
Has that figured out.
यो मात्र छ उयो
It would not let
TLPH हरु धेरै हिरो बन्यो अस्ति.
That's why today it's less about what new stuff that you can show, but how Liquid can move around what TNC brings.
That's right. I feel like if there were like highlight heroes for TNC, it feels like it's still within
Yeah,
range
Poppy
of
back
the
with
bans,
the audio.
right? It's not like they're gonna run out of stuff to ban and then just TNC's gonna do whatever they want. It's still a matter of strategizing very well, and that's something I'm actually very excited about because Coach RC has been known to be really that guy who watches these games so closely ever since he was back.
TNC.
He has been doing this non-stop, and a lot of teams really have been, benefiting from what he's doing. So we'll see that later, obviously, and we'll see maybe our friend Wolf.
Let's go TNC, let's go
down here
TNC.
In his favorite segment, our favorite segment, it's the How.
Thank you so much, guys.
Kaya na-start, kahit draft start, lagi bandit ito yan.
The finals, magkakaroon tayo ng focus sa dalawang heroes. At yan ang itatakin natin dito sa Infinix Keys to Victory. Para manalo sa laban na to, ang unang step, syempre yung draft. It's interesting na ang team like TNC ay nakapaghanda off of the regular season break papunta dun sa may playoffs. Kaya naman kailangan na silang bantayan for TLPH. Kailangan nilang gawin ay i-deny ang Lunox. Narinig naman natin ang panel kanina. I think ito na yung masasabi natin na lahat na nag-agree na it's the Lunox for Lancy.
अरे उनीक त त्यही भनेको हार्दिएर भने हिजो क्या हावा खेलिदिएर
magiging mas maganda to para sa TLPH.
हावा खेलेन यो TNC ले चाहिँ खतरा खेलेर हो के
matchup or versus draft via draft o kaya naman ay jungle rotations. So, ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Kung sakaling mas maganda ang draft ng TLPH, puruhan lang nila yung mid-to-rong matchup.
Yes, bro, Pasan. Thank you for liking the video.
Will make them control the map more. And also, kailangan mas mabilis sila dun sa
Wish I could give you my love, but my heart.
Silang pumesto dun sa mga neutral objectives. Kaya kahit naman yung Onyx Philippines ay know na. Pero once na makapag-set up na sila, sobrang solido na. TLPH has to deny that. Now for TNC, they have to deny the Yuzong naman na nakakatakot pag binigay talaga dito sa TLPH. They draft around it and they use it so properly, lalo na sa first turtle fight. And they have to set up for Zyda's invades kasi nakita natin na kapag nag-invade si Zyda, hindi nakahinga yung jungle.
Early start हुन्छ go.
Also, what Aurora did against TLPH that can also be utilized ngayon. At syempre, pag take care of your box. Yan ang kailangan gawin ng TNC. Kailangan nilang pag-igihan
Lalo nila Rockets, bro.
yung kanilang box setup, yung kanilang formation para manalo sa laban na to. They can experience the victory just like you. So experience victory with the Infinix GT30 with GT Trigger.
अनि किन्दोको वाच पार्टी गर्नु अहिले हो अनि किन्दोको नि गर्नुपर्छ
And
त्यसले जिते या TLPH धेरै भयो त्यही भनेको TLPH धेरै हिरो भने के खै स्टार्ट नै गर्दैन त अरे त्यही भनेको स्टार्ट हुन लागेला भनेर आएको त आज त फेस क्याम्प पनि रोइछ अरे फेस क्याम्प पनि हालिदिएको नि
Our marshals for this lower bracket finals, Joshua Chico, Patrick, and Yaku Jeff.
अब भर्खर त टिमहरु आउँदैछ
This is the boiling point.
यो धेरै हिरो भन्छ कि यो खाते धेरै हिरो भन्छ हो यो हिरो भन्छ कि धेरै
Dark horses versus the
एकाल्टी चाहिँ हो अनि हिरो भन्दैन भनेको यिनीहरूलाई हराउनु पर्छ यसपालि गाइड
Sanji, JB, and Oheb, the reigning
हो भनेको यो लास्ट हिरो भन्छ कि अगाडि ओहेब के हेर्ने यसको नाम गोल्डेन जस्तो लाग्यो रे TLPH ले हान्छ क्या हो रे TLPH अरोरा धोबी अनि अस्ति ब्रो रे त्यही भनेको TLPH लाई हानेको हैन जित्छ TNC ले यसपालि स्योर हो
the champions of the world
यिनीहरू बिचार क्यास भएको अरे यार
and ruin another throne. How high can they rise?
को भर्सेस को दाइरे फिलिपिन्सको TLPH भर्सेस TNC
Benny, QT, and Jackno, TNC Pro Team. And their coaches for Team Liquid Philippines, Coach RC. For
ओहेब टिमले गर्दा हो बढी भएको अरे त्यही भनेको टिमले गर्दा बढी भएको बरु केरलाले बरु 16 हानिदिन्छ यार अनि पिएचको केरलाले बरु 16 हानिदिन्छ यो त टिमले गर्दा हिरो भन्छ क्या धेरै गोटे जेडा छ त अरे जेडा छ जेडा जेडा हेर्नुपर्छ जेडाको जङ्गल हेर्नुपर्छ गाइज अब खतरा छ कार्टिजलाई त कुडिदिन्छ यो जेडाले किङकङलाई त रुवाइदियो यो दुईवटा टिमलाई हराउन पर्छ अनिकलाई हराएको जट्ठाहरू त्यही भनेको थोरै तक्लु छ अरे त्यही भनेको TNC let's go रे सबजना TNC को फ्यान गाइज यार त यार TNC हान्नुपर्छ धेरै हिरो बन्दैछ अस्ति MSC के जितेको हैन TLPH ले त्यही भएर हिरो बन्दैछ के
He is definitely looking gunned here, and I think he knows the pressure, right? The pressure that's on his shoulders right now, alongside the whole of the team. This is a big stakes for our only remaining homegrown team.
That's right, TNC
PhD.
is a household name in Filipino esports, and look at how well TNC has played throughout the playoffs. Despite a rocky season 16, which a majority of these stats are taken from, you can see that they've always had that identity. That they're very good at aggressive plays early on. First,
यो डान्सी भन्ने मेजलाई चाहिँ फेरि लक खतरा हान्न आउँदै रहेछ के
into building their
अरूले जित्छ होला अरे
and
अरूरा
overall stats. because
फाइनल त आउनै बाँकी छ चाहिँ
teams in the playoffs again. Every single game that TNC has played went the distance.
It's always maximum best of
Yup.
5-game series.
So that means there's time
TNC.
for them to catch up on the rest of
त्यो
the
चाहिँ त्यो अरूरासँग
It's
पर्ने हो
definitely interesting. The way that they're shaping those stats as well is more on the early game, trying to get that first blood, and then after, if they do falter, in the mid game, right, they've got that late game, the genius of Chaklu to set him up. And
मलाई त्यस्तो लागिरहेछ हो
they can catch up even if cards are down.
save for the weird dip at
यो
about
कुरा चाहिँ धेरै आउँछ कि है लास्टै धेरै आउने कुरा चाहिँ
that's when he burns out, and then 20 up, boom.
Usually does happen, and we'll see that happens here as well. Again, so excited to get back.
आज
to
त
the
केटी
game.
कास्टर छैन रहेछ त यार
Our ping test.
यो त क्या दामी केटी कास्टर चाहिँ
Hello everyone! Dito kami lalaban versus Team Liquid. Liquid? Dating mga tropa yun ah. Liquid bigay nyo na sa amin.
तर ल्याङ्ग्वेज चाहिँ लास्टै नराम्रो है
Ng ganito.
हाम्रो नेपाली ल्याङ्ग्वेज दामी ख्याल गऱ्यो यार
Mga pasayenyos. Guys, totoo ba kamukha ni Chris Brown si Chuck? Sir Chuck, no kamukha ni Chris Brown? Spam nyo nga, comment below guys. Sabi namin sa Liquid guys, galingan natin lahat. Mga kapatid. May the best team win. Sana manalo para sa M7 Dreams guys. At na lang ang may ilaw.
हिन्दूमा झन् म्याच स्टार्ट 1 आवर लाउँछ अरे हो
Celebrate yung top 3, diba?
त्यसले हान्छ अरे TNC ले हान्नुपर्छ यसपालि
Mga dating manipis na katulad ko. Nice, celebrate small wins, guys. Shoutout ka pala sa pamilya ko at sa aking mga trabahan. Kay Lancy naman, shoutout sa mga
Klik na ako last tirade. Oni kawas oh. SCM6 hindi din niya bago yan.
laban eh. Ayan, congrats sa Aurora. Pasok sila sa M7. Sana all. TNC. Ayan, good luck TNC. Message ko lang sa TNC dyan guys sa mga ano to nga guys, sa Echo versus TLPH. Mga good luck mga ka-Echo. Tignan na lang natin mga sinayang ng TLPH guys. Pag natalo kami lang nila.
Okay. We got a little bit of light aura here as well for Oheb and JP, which is surprise, man.
मबाट चाहिँ TNC लाई सपोर्ट थियो म्याचको लागि मबाट नि TNC को सपोर्ट ग्रान्ड फाइनल पनि TLP यो TNC जित्नुपर्छ अरूलाई नै हराउनु
and I'd say a nonchalant approach, because if you take last night's loss seriously and a little heavy, then that might affect your long-term energy.
उनीको मलाई XP हावा लाग्छ
They're looking at Aurora already.
That's right, exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
talked about it right there. It's going to be a best of 7, so in case you guys are wondering, just only one match today.
सक्नु रोमर छ त सक्नु रोमर खतरा छ नि
Here. And obviously TNC knows how to play these long games. They know how to keep the pace.
आइपोल र रोमर स्ट्रङ छ रे त्यही त जंगलर त खतरा रहेछ यार डेडा चाहिँ सबैभन्दा धेरै किलेसकै छ हो अहिले कालिजीको भन्दा नि खतरा किल्छ
For sure, yes. TNT are so good at long haul games. There's no way to quantify it or put it in the stats in the regular season, but they've always had this game for stopgap. I don't know if you've noticed this, but in the 3 best of 5s that they went the distance, has always been kind of
त्यो धेरै जित्यो अब स्टप हान्नु पर्यो त्यही त
whatever. And then game 5 they go
स्टप हान्नु पर्छ हान्छ यो त्यहाँ स्टप हान्छ
my turn. All chat my turn.
That's right. And we've also seen, like, obviously game 5 yesterday was also just
M7 बाट झरे नि यार ओनिक PS दिएर M7 नै पुगेन हौ
haरे
रहेछ
those wild charge with those tectonic charges. I'm so excited. What is that going to do against the macro, which TLPH has been known for, right? They've been known for going for really hard onto YSS, maybe giving Carl TZ really good head start and making sure they can take the game by the mid-season, by the mid-game, usually happening around 10 minutes, 11 minutes, then they go crazy.
Yep, I think it's
यो कोच चाहिँ कस्तो छ नि यार
a majority different parts of the game. TNC would like to have a good early start.
सक्दैन TLPH लाई अहिले नयन ब्रदर चाहिँ उयसको TLPH फ्यान दिन्छ हैन ल एकजना मात्रै TLPH फ्यान गाइज कुट्नुपर्छ TLPH लाई
5-6 minutes to get started, but they have to own that first lord. If TNC find a way to block Liquid out of Turtle 3 first or second lord, that should be it. Like, there's very little Liquid can do to win from that position, unless they tried something new. They figured something out after their loss.
M6 champion M7 क्वालिफाई भएन त्यही भनेको M6 champion र M7 मा क्वालिफाई भएन क्या बात तर अस्ति ओनिक पिएचहरु पनि धेरै हिरो बनाए क्या M6 जितेर TLPH अहिले जतिको हिरो बन्छ नि हो त्यसरी हिरो बन्दा थियो त्यही भएर TLPH ले कुट्दै तिनीहरुलाई अहिले TLPH हिरो बन्दा चाहिँ TLPH पनि कुट्नुपर्छ अब TNC स्यानफोर्डले युजङ पायो भने चाहिँ गाह्रै पर्ला रे दामी छ हौ स्यानफोर्ड चाहिँ खतरा छ कि EXP को TLPH को EXP चाहिँ खतरा छ
Talked about Carl, you talked about the GOAT. We've got a few seconds, literally a countdown's worth before the draft begins.
Oh, draft, guys, draft.
Liquid would do well to attack Zyda's hero pool. Zyda has played 0 utility. Carl has played 1 in the 11 games they played in the playoffs.
That was a boxer, right? That was in the last game as well. That was the one that they lost. So we're gonna see if they can kind of just start getting on the utility train. Will it be to their benefit, right?
त्यही बडी कन्फिडेन्स भयो अनि पिएच को त्यही त अहिले TLPH पनि कन्फिडेन्स बडी कन्फिडेन्स भइरहेछ अरोराले 1-3 ले कुट्दैको थियो हिजो तर अरोरा भर्सेस TNC चाहिँ खतरा परेको थियो अस्ति TL30 रे त्यो चाहिँ हुँदैन TLPH खान्छ चाहिँ कुटै पर्यो लुनक्स ब्यान गर्दियो यार त्यसको यार त्यो मेजको लुनक्स उयसको ल्यान्सीको लुनक्स दामी हान्छ नि त्यो लुनक्स फेरि
again in the offseason.
ओभर कन्फिडेन्स छ
Broke it down.
हेरौँ न अरे हेरौँ
What he did for all of us. While TNC, Coach Etomax takes out the Lancelot, the Yuzhong, you
I
gotta
have
do
it
it.
back.
That's what Wolf said in the
फेरि
hour.
जेडाको
Hayabusa.
जङ्गललाई उयो गर्यो कि यिनीहरूले ब्यान हान्थ्यो क्या आएपछि र ल्यान्सलट खतरा हुन्छ नि फेरि
Those are really
जेडाले
Yuzhong and Lunox, which did bring Lancey in a very
के पिक हान्छ त
formidable
सब
state
ब्यान छ यार
yesterday.
हिस्टेन्सिन मात्र खाली छ अब
Assassin bans, we're looking
ल
at
हिस्टेन्सिन छोडिदियो
the picks. I feel like
दामी हुन्छ कि यो फेरि यार
utility, Leo. I don't think there's a way around it.
I think it's likely, Carl.
लुक्सिन दामी हुन्छ क्या
That Zushin
अयो गाटो
TNC end up with
अझै गाटो हिस्टेन्सिन
Gatot, a big pick. JP
त्रिवान खाएको रे त्यही भनेको हिजो त्रिवान खाएको याद छैन अरोरासँग युजङले ब्यान राम्रै गर्यो रे त्यही त
we're gonna go ahead and wait for
ल्यान्स दिनु भएन खाइदिलाए रे
For what that is, 'cause 100%
काल्टी चाहिँ लगाएर त्यही त
really strong in most of these matchups.
ल्यान्स त तिनीहरूले ब्यान हान्थ्यो कसले ब्यान हान्यो ल्यान्स
Otherwise, Gatot
ए
the champion, that
TNC
Gatot
ल्यान
has
हान्यो
been like, what do you call this? Salt on the fish.
कालले खेल्छ होला हिस्टेन्सिन पाएन कालले
it's just good. So here we are.
Here we go.
As expected, it's really Carl. Carl is the one to walk away and get away with really good.
फेस गेम माथि राख्नु न फेस गेम माथि राख्यो भने त देख्दैन नि सानो बनाउँछ चाहिँ
Favorite hero of all time.
That's right. He's
Number
the
one is
Fred
still
man.
Lance. Number
Still
one
the
is
Fred
still
man,
Lance.
obviously. We also want to see Sanford on one of the best picks you can imagine for Sanford. You know, Sans may be the,
I could leave you my love but my heart
it makes sense. It just makes so much sense if it does. And there it is. Beautifully predicted right there. I just make, I love
Yeah,
the
check
fight
that
that's
one.
going to come out of TNC here. They're 5-man, full on.
Deviga gatto लाग्थ्यो दुलले
Especially when when an AOG lands on at least 2 people.
राइटमा न हो याटिको जस्तो लाग्यो
Job so much easier.
Yep, it's a little baby combo. And there's
अहिलेहरु पनि बस्नुहुन्छ गेम स्टार्ट भएपछि राख्ने भनेहरु अहिले चाहिँ यतिकै राख्न चाहिँ
He's coming from a mile away.
सिक्नै देखेन अरे त्यही भनेको हैन
Look, Lancy doesn't have a pick just yet. What's left in the metagame? The Eve, the Valentina. Like, those are the only picks.
एलिस पनि दामी छ गाइज म तिल्ला पो ब्यान छ त
Picks. Wouldn't be surprised if TNC go ahead and ban the Grok as well on Red 5.
I just don't want to see like a weird Valentina, which I think I saw yesterday. And
चेन्सम्यान हेरे गाइज लास्ट दामी छ यार चेन्सम्यान हेरेको छैन नि यार
ultimates given to your opponent. But this time around, obviously, maybe Crimson Beacon is a really good one to use. Other than that, though, nada zip. I do not want to see that. But maybe we'll see something more. I'm hoping to see something newer. Because honestly, the mid lane hero pool has been kind of dwindling.
Yeah.
Have we seen Lancey's Selena in a while? It feels like it's been a while.
Not in the
कालले जिले उयो पाएछ त
We miss it.
I want to see it, honestly.
यो सिजन आएको कस्तो अरे
Given how
यो सिजन आएको छ अरे
pool is in the playoffs,
चेन्सम्यानको
Your Lunox is going to get banned 100%.
it currently is.
Right.
The gold lane is really the land of opportunity. That's where dreams are made. That's where you could really find some leeway. And with the E16 on TNC,
Protect lives.
it seems like they are going to go for a fighter. They can afford to go for a fighter. The Hylos ban here closes off the Trinity and only really opens up the Gatot, the Hylos, the Khalid. That's it. The
there you
Gatot, the
go.
Hylos, the Khalid. Everything else out of that becomes a niche pick, a specific pick. So what can Daddy JP do?
सनबोर्डले त उयो पाएछ त फेरि
Maybe Chip can work here. I would love to see JP on Chip.
Lapu,
Right now, obviously,
lapu.
the laners are. I think you might.
Lapu,
be
lapu
relegated
versus
to go back
Elise.
to the old ways, the marksman days, man. It might be a marksman here. His CC banned out. Bane is banned out.
Liquid for sure has the marksman.
Yeah,
Liquid has
100%.
no other option.
They need to
because
reach.
They need the reach. They need the damage.
Yeah.
Mid has no damage. The jungle has no damage. That is what the utility jungle formula.
हो हिजो पनि त्यही त भएको थियो अनि पिएसले पिक गर्छ गर्दा चाहिँ ड्यामेजै छैन हिस्टेन्सिनको बाइक कसैको ड्यामेजै हुँदैन अनि
Still somewhat of a combo. Imagine, Rockhart.
Yeah.
Echoes into a good AOG. Echoes into a Throne of Ruin. That could have been telegraphed, but 3mar has a little extra leeway because he's got better hitboxes.
Also makes it.
डेमेज प्लेयर भन्दा दामी छ अरे हो डेमेज प्लेयर त हेरेको छैन मैले
Extra vision.
Extra
boy,
vision.
already walking away with a mountain shocker. Liquid have to figure it out.
हेरे
Yet,
That's good damage.
it's a traditional.
अब हिस्टेन्सिनको लागि पिक गरेको होला अरे ल सायद
Great start for Liquid.
डेमेज छ यो डेमेज आयो हेरि भर्खर
JP.
What's the Rome, man? What's Rome looking like here?
A Grizak.
Do we
Khalid.
Grok?
Rocker Khalid.
Grok Khalid? It's good.
Very liquid coated. They can go fast. They can play hard in the early.
सक्नु जिन्बुलाई हेऱ्यो र
So no CC.
Maybe he to break through the Fredrin.
Cho.
जिन्बु हो
Does he
त्यसको
wanna
नाम
go fighter still here?
He can go Granger. It doesn't matter.
Ranger feels like okay.
But is that enough of a front line? He might go fighter. I think this is a fighter.
All right, let's see. Let's see. We could see the Cho. I might still, I might like that, especially if Zyda gets going.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
I think it's utility. There has to be some extra utility in Benny's pick.
EXP को पिक होला अब सायद भनेको ग्रान्जर भयो यार
All right.
Never mind.
He went classic, which we kind of expect anyway.
I think this is because of that Harith pick. They needed someone to keep Oheb down.
That is EXP.
So that they still can play into that late game situation.
Let's go TNC, let's go.
Because that's TNC is just much better at.
Yeah, definitely looking like they want to go for that big
Cannon,
double
but shit.
combo we've seen a few
TLPH
times in the playoffs, in the regular season rather. And this is definitely something that can be dealt with the front line in TLPH. We want to see how they can thread the needle, get that damage in, especially with the Fredrin.
लागिरहेको थियो ग्रान्जरले हो र
See here, obviously TNC versus
सक्नु गाटो रे
This is a
हान्नुपर्छ
best
सक्नुले
We hope you have your lunch or dinner ready. We're going into it right here, right now at Cadetta Astrodome.
First game गयो रे
Cast panel, TriCast casters.
तर दुईटैको ड्राफ्ट दामी छ यार के भन्नै सक्दैन यार
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
अब अझैमा कसले फिट पाउँछ हेरौँ
finals here. You're going to be blessed with our voices all night. Hopefully 7 games.
Hopefully.
It's me, Naisu, Brigida, and Renmar to bring you this one. Guys, how we feeling? Brigida? I know. You're
Yes.
thinking 7 games here. Renmar probably is too.
Yep.
I don't know. What do we think for game 1?
I will say this now, what I'm thinking isn't in line with what I want. What I want is 7, what I'm thinking is 5 at most, but I hope we get the full distance. For this game number 1 though, I was hoping the TNC would have committed for the fighter gold. Yes, it would have been high risk, they would have been lacking range, but they already had the Novaria and the Wise has to funnel into. But the Granger is the safer choice, and there might be some good counterplay here. If they're careful, there is always that inevitable power spike that you'll have to meet when you're up against Khalid and the Harith.
I agree, especially with what
अरू गेम TNC को छ
about him not
अरू गेम
sure if what he wants
डिस्टेन्सन छ फेरि
or what he thinks are the same thing heading into this series.
Hey, that's just how life is sometimes, But this series specifically, being the echoes from the past and just the amount of
ड्यामेज कम छ नि PH को र TLPH को ड्यामेज कम छ एट्रिकर गयो सुश्रे
star-studded lineup on both sides, but even when it comes down to what they've been through, what they've accomplished, and what this could possibly mean. I know we're a ways from it, but if TNC is able to take down another juggernaut here, mind you, their journey, their trip throughout the playoffs even, they've gone the distance every single time. Now, I would say, even if we get 5 games, 6 maybe, and then 7, regardless of the outcome of that, TNC did a hell of a job.
Oh, that's the purify already used by
दक्षिण भयो नि यही त फाइदा हो नि यार डेन्जर पेल्छ हौ दक्षिणले
doesn't have to revitalize anymore, but I don't think they have the resources to finish off the kill.
त त रिभाइटलाइज
Chaknu did not actually use his Revitalize, so that means they still have that strong utility. The Team Liquid Philippines, other than getting that kill, really wanted to get that Revitalize off of the Gata Kacha. Chaknu!
ओइ मरे गाटो ल
First blood.
मेजर रोमरले मार्दियो यार
Taida, can he get a trade on JP though? Quick Sandguard still ready.
खायो टोटल
He wasn't expecting that first. He didn't even use the Revitalize.
Yeah, I don't think he needs
Revitalize थियो यार युजै गरेन
Now the risk is now Team Liquid Philippines just invading Zyda's jungle. He'll be able to get his purple buff without a problem. Chaknu needs to be a little bit more careful when trying to provide space. I know he's holding that minion.
हामी चाहिँ TLPH पनि फेरि यार
And Zyda can comfortably clear
यो TLPH हान्छ एडिट लिएर हेर्नु भयो त्यहाँ यार
first death, especially giving it to Khalid right now isn't the best idea. Or maybe just use that
टोटल नि गयो किल पनि पाए TLPH
commit into the
गर्दा
turtle anyway.
Yeah, I think we've seen that play come in from Chaknu a couple of times even yesterday. He likes
पनि
to
QT
risk
पनि दामी छ तिनीहरूको
mid lane as long as he
Ranger.
can. I think even, or especially before the first objective, Crimson Beacon though from Sanji.
ओहेबलाई चाहिँ चोको खिलाउनु पर्छ गाइज ओहेबलाई
Priority, the amount of
चोको
priority
खिलाउनु पर्छ
they
योमा
have
उयोलाई
with the mid lane
फ्रेन्जरलाई
and the amount of
Rastero
space
भन्छ यो
to create for Lancy. Maybe all the more now that he's on the Novaria.
Yeah, speaking about Lancey, this is a debut pick for him this season, but this was his old signature back in MPL Philippines Season 12 when he was still playing with Minana Evos back in the day. This was one of his constant picks, and he does really well with it. Hopefully we get to see a glimpse or another look again at why that Novaria was from Minana Evos back then.
Yeah, we might even... hold on, there's
Correct.
a whole lot being thrown out here. Are they going to still go or do they disengage?
Dale.
On in, but I think you just back off of this. A whole lot of nothing happening in mid. So, again, with Lancey specifically, I'm actually surprised that you brought that up because for some reason, I was thinking he had played it this season already. He hasn't, though. But that might be the case here because I think this is already a picture of you're not going to build any more MMR on your Lunox Lancey, unfortunately, unless it slips through one game. TLPH just has an answer for that Lunox that's popped up so many times now in the past couple of days. We'll see what TNC does here. Second turtle of the game is coming up. Gold lane's doing a thing. Benny Cutie is, I think he's maintaining the lead at least for now, probably just by a little bit. We'll have to see what the gold difference is there.
मेजले टार्गेट गरे कि यिनीहरुले यार सब मेजको ब्यान्ड हान्दियो लुनक्स ब्यान्ड हान्दियो लुनक्स मेन थियो
A slight advantage, maybe even. Lancey doesn't have his flicker. Sanford already going in with the bravest fighter, but Carl only
very
gets
bad
the
order.
turtle. Look at the throne of ruin though coming
Wait,
down
wait,
from
wait.
far. It got
Go,
four
go, go, go,
members,
go, go,
and
go,
now
and
have
stop
run
that.
away. A Praetor's draft committed over there.
No,
Even
lose
the
yaar.
force from Oheb, they're still fighting back. Oheb's fighting back. The Gleam was forced out of 3-Mar.
Yeah, that was a great
कलेज मात्र गयो
knowing that even if there were 4 members of TNC surrounding him, they couldn't have handled the Harith at this point with the Zaman Force. Have to commend 3-Mar. Perfect entry there with the Throne of Ruin. I thought the Astral Echo from last year get more vision. I wish we could have seen it timed a little bit closer to the entry of the Alice to really maximize the Throne of Ruin even more. But at this point, this is just me nitpicking. That was still a great approach by these two.
Yeah, and so with this
गोल डिफरेन्स प्लस 800 मात्र हो TLPH को धेरै हैन
they'll maintain this a little bit
लो 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 टार्गेट हान्यो दियो ओए एक्लै छ यार ल मा
With a bit of help from Carl, take down Saida all alone in the jungle.
I was going to say, they like to play this game, and
Yeah.
when they have the lead, they'll continue to press on it. Now they just did that in the jungle of Zyda.
Yeah, rotational misread, which is why now you see TNC trying to compensate by forcing back the Harith. And let's see if they'll be able to take down this tower.
एलिस त कहाँ गोल्डनमा आको नि यार मै बिचारा एक्लै छोड्दिया त्यो जाइडालाई अति ल बटोएर गयो ओ ओ बेला नि मार्दै थियो दाइ
They will have to walk away. Not even Carl might try and join this fight.
ओ जुक्सिन ए जुक्सिन बल फेरि खतरा छ के यार फेरि गयो त
Alright, they even things out. Lancey saved that sequence. The Star Shadow was perfect. If they did not get that kill on the Harith, but only got the turret.
अब यो सिनसिनको फार्म घटेपछि केही गर्नै सक्दैन के यो सिनसिन यार
Come back for TNC, however, still 1,000 gold lead for Team Liquid Philippines.
Farm difference
TNC
भयो
needs to
त्यस्तै हो
heavily contest this turtle and minimize losses. While Liquid, they have a very stable formation. Yes, Oheb died, but the items are still locked in for him. He still has resources, and now he has Zaman Force again.
Yeah, this is a little bit better too. I think this Radiant armor picked up by Chaknu will help him in a way. Do they want to go for this turtle? They do want to contest it. Conceal's going to be used. Carl TZ needs to be
है
picked off.
ओए काट्दी
Carl TZ with the retribution, taking away the objective. 3-Mar though with the
ओए मारे मारे फेरि
Sanford trying to sustain Oheb going in with the Zaman Force, and the raging Sandstorm from JP just in
बच्चा
time.
बच्चा
Chaknu will fall too, and that's a double for Oheb.
TNC really needed to commit that fight, even though it was risky. So what happened there was Team Liquid Philippines split themselves into 1-2-2. 2 members in the mid, 2 members in the turtle pit, 1 up top. JP's pressure up top means there's a little bit more damage done at the turret because it was him pushing the wave. When you have a Lapu Lapu and the Fredrin together, you can afford to just send both of them to hold the turtle.
मेज भएन के मेज अलिकति मेज पिकै भएन के
That play, but they were just outplayed by the late entry of JP.
Yeah, and I
यताको
think
जुक्सिन
we're
बिक्छ
getting
जुक्सिनले
it,
खतरा हान्छ
but knowing that this is a Khalid, surprisingly the raging Sandstorm was just made it in time. And
तर फेड्रिनको यार फर्स्ट स्किलले कत्रो ड्यामेज लाग्छ के त्यही भएर टटलहरू लडहरू खान सजिलो हुन्छ के फेड्रिनलाई
Yeah, again, TNC's just
इन्दो ड्यामेज आउँछ नि त्यसको
power here. This kind of lineup too needs to go ahead and build up.
आयो गाटो यस ए 55
Sands gonna be okay.
55 रे 55 उ हाने ल ल ल नाइस जुक्सिन मल्ल मरे
won't even try committing the Zaman Force anymore. At least TNC get 1 kill from Liquid there.
I'm so surprised that TLPH. Oh, hold on. JP's in trouble.
Or could they actually get
कस्तो अगाडि आएको ओ लापु लापु डेन्जर अगाडि आयो यतिकै ओए 1v1 पर्यो त झन्डैले मार्यो यार
I think Sanford felt something to the flex off before we got into the game, man. He went right for Benny.
Yeah, that was a fight.
Go ahead, mid. Mid ni gaya, bot ni gaya, top ni gaya.
I've ever seen one perfect entry.
Hey, तपाईलाई कोले जितोस् भन्ने चाहनुहुन्छ म TNC ले जितोस् जस्तो लागिरहेछ
And of course the late entry by Oheb stopped Zyda.
तर फर्स्ट गेम चाहिँ गयो यस्तो छ
So now you see TNC Pro Team and one of their best qualities for this season. Forcing out fights when you least expect it to. Only one other team we attribute that factor to, and it's Omega. Yes. But Team Liquid Philippines, they are countering.
Oh no, Sanford could not move. Carl TZ might be the next target here as the front side will have to reposition themselves, but that's one member down for Liquid before this.
What levels are Carl TZ? 12.
Major member down. We'll see if TNC
This
can
is
capitalize on it.
11.
Sanji also less than half health, but look at JP's positioning. He's got a flicker available. TNC has to respect that. They won't pressure the Lord just yet. They need to continue to build up. This is a good item pickup too for Benny Cutie. He's now got the Malefic Roar. For him, you're starting to see Lancey's damage.
कुन कन्ट्रीको यो दुवै जना फिलिपिन्सको हो के
But again, you can see Sanford seems to be a big problem. He's a main part of the damage output.
त्यो टिम फिलिपिन्सको
They still get control to start the Lord though. TNC is going to stare it down. We have to keep an eye. Chaku's going to pop the conceal. They're going to go.
Oh, he uses the unbreakable. Sanji's half HP. Carl still secures the Lord. And now
Jordan,
the
yeah.
side unfortunately will be falling for
Renzola दुईटाले पेलिरहेछ
And now the target is
ए बिचारा एलिस मर्यो ओइ बाचे बाचे बाचे
unfortunately has the gleam, but they lose two in the process.
यसले चक्नु मर्यो नि यार
Blocking off the entry of Zyda. Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to make it to that Lord to get the retribution off, but the fact that he showed himself close to the fight, JP and Sanford blasted him immediately.
आइटमहरु गाइस आइटमहरु काम लाग्छ
You're just seeing Team Liquid out SQ TNC every time, and it looks like they've really looked at all of the tendencies of TNC Pro Team when it comes to the objective takes, because they are blocking off all the entry points every time.
They're doing it so well by also just splitting up TNC. You know that 3mar wants to jump forward with the Alice. He wants to be able to get that Throne of Ruin off. So he's already separating himself from the rest of the team. Now if they're blocked, especially by Jake, Carl to an extent, they can't follow through on that setup that's coming out from 3mar, and that's a big problem for TNC on trying to actually utilize the damage they have. Meanwhile, this is one of the downsides about Novaria. Obviously, there's this window of you're not really doing much except going on for those shots, those shadows, or the
खाइली त अघि नैको अरोरामा पो जाने भन्ने हल्ला छ रे के
like a Jushin, right? For Sanji, he's just dropping down
खाइली
24/7. Like that's what he does.
रिल्समा देखेको थिएँ हो कि होइन हो कि होइन चाहिँ थाहा छैन
That's why I was saying they need more time to be able to build up, but then they have to be able to actually go into a team fight with an upper hand. TLPH is doing such a good job though at stopping that from even happening.
Yeah, looking at the items already up to a guardian.
Bye, first game, guys.
He didn't full build the cursed helmet. He just went for the molten essence. While Zyda's around 1,000 gold behind. The two gold laners has actually a significant lead for Oheb, already up to the holy crystal. So getting that advantage isn't going to be as easy for TNC. And Team Liquid Philippines has been capitalizing on a TNC tendency, which is they want to overcommit right away. Target they see for objective team fights. Resources. Yes, they were able to get a great Astral Echo off of from Lanzi, who decided to swing to the back. Astral Echo even got the clip Star Shatter, but then since they didn't have resources because they just used it in a pick before, the TNC Pro Team, the advantage that they really wanted to go for at the beginning was actually what costed them. So I think they need to recalibrate a little bit. Poke the hero down a bit. Don't immediately try to burst it down right away.
Yeah, and choices like that, especially the
goal lead.
mid-stages,
0.8
because of flying clouds.
7 हुन्छ
Would he even use the AOG? Because 3mar decides to go in,
चक्नु भएन मर अरे चक्नु
already falls, but
ए लापु लापुले कस्तो जोर हान्छ चाहिँ अगाडि आउनै दिएको छैन जङ्गललाई माक्सनलाई
Yeah, what the 40, bro?
कस्तो दामी जोर हानेको है 430 बाट
between the Lapu Lapu and the Alice. The Alice, yes, you can get a big set off, but you damaging everyone little by little isn't going to be that much of a bother for Team Liquid. While the damage of the Lapu Lapu
It is full tank build गर्छ semi-fighter जानुपर्ने
that actually
है
favors Team Liquid. 8,400 and climbing in the gold lead. Free Lord, and this is going to be a very tough comeback for TNC.
दामी लापु रे लापु दामी हुन्छ नि यार
They're going to try to manage what they can from the base. But even with this kind of lineup, I'm kind of worried here for TNC as they face a 9,000, nearly 9,000 gold deficit. You can see the difference in itemization even.
Oh, man.
So there's quite a bit of a gap here, Renmark.
Yeah, it's already 3 items for the Juicin, already up to the Sky Piercer, and even the Blood Wings. Only up to the Magic Lantern there is the Novaria, and already there's a Divine Glaive in the hands of Oheb. Sanford, knowing the lead they had, decided to go for the build that you go for when you have the lead as a Lapu Lapu, get 2 access.
मिनियन्स सब मिनियन्स लर्डसँग पठाउँछ किनहरूले त्यो चाहिँ खतरा हो के
Jumps in with a beacon. TNC will try to hold on what they can, but the mid turret's going to go down here, and Remar could be in trouble here.
Doesn't have the gleam anymore, but will be using the Throne of Ruin. But
Remar,
looking at the damage, they
Dara.
already have enough. TNC get to work on defending their base for now, but there's another wave coming in mid. Would they actually still defend this?
Okay, they're down 1. Remar's a major part of this. Team Liquid might want to potentially have the game.
Oh, JP goes in, he blocks off 4. Chaknu trying to defend as much as he can. Carl Teasy denying Zaida of him being able to throw out those basic attacks. OM with his Ammon
Okay.
2, and that's gonna be enough. It's number 1 going over to Liquid.
Team Liquid Philippines will take game 1 in this best of 7, and it was a dominant game for them.
Yeah, they made that look easy, not gonna lie. TNC Pro Team looked competitive in the early portions, but Liquid knew their power spikes, Liquid knew their strengths, and they messed up TNC Pro Team.
Let's throw
लापु हान्यो लो रे त्यही भनेको हान्दिरा यार
Okay, so
Yes.
that was really super interesting. Not exactly
अब नयाँ रमाया
right off the bat.
Not from TNC, but Liquid was on point. They did exactly
Absolutely.
what we expected. They denied the Lunox. They won that.
मेच ग्याप भयो रे त्यही त यो टिएनसी को
Look at this. It's very liquid coated.
यो ल्यान्ची भन्ने हो क्या मिलेन त्यसले लुनक्स दामी हान्छ के लुनक्स पायो कि जिते गर्छ त्यो त्यसलाई टार्गेट गरेर लुनक्सै ब्यान हाल्थ्यो क्या यिनीहरूले
They invaded him early. And
सानबोर्ड अघिको लापु
the number 1 culprit,
MVP भएछ
the guy, is Sanford to be responsible for breaking
अब हान्छ होला अरे अब चाहिँ हान्नु परिहाल्छ नि त्यो नम्बर 1 म्याच हारेको टिएनसी त्यही त अनि यो टिएलपीएचले नम्बर 1 म्याच जितेको त्यसपछि 3टा म्याच गुहाएको
TNC and more, allowing basically even Carl Teasy to do Carl Teasy things on that brethren, man.
He was an extension of that mid trio. It's as if the Zushin, Khalid, coming in to cut through the back line and ruin TNC's early to mid. And even late game, like when we crossed over to, again, post-Lord, it was so scary still to face off against 40's Lapu Lapu. I'm being very deliberate about the name I say because still, when you say Lapu Lapu, people
I
think
know.
of another name.
That's right.
It's Edward.
It's
but-
Edward.
ओएनजी के छ एनजी यस वाच पार्टी हान्ने गोडी वेब म्यानेजमेन्ट अति हुन्छ र्याङ्कमा लड हान्ने लड लेन्समा क्लियर हान्नु सक्यो काहरू रे त्यही भनेको
But the 40 is this performance right here. It feels
It's NG.
it feels so clean. It feels like he can go basically 1v2, 1v3 most of the time here. Maybe that's because there's an Alice on the field. Doesn't really have that much of a burst threat, which is what we were looking for here for a majority.
Eran लापुले कुटेको त्यही
What was Zaida up to while TNC would Randy Cutie farming?
It's less about where was Zaida because him getting into position wouldn't even be a question. It's more of how is Zaida?
How is
Because
Zaida?
Liquid was in his face as soon as they could. Carl Teasy, being the Fredrin connoisseur that he is, knows this is one of the main strengths of a utility jungler going into a funnel jungler like Yisun Shin. And if there may be one thing I can
लापुले
suggest
जोन हाल्यो
week for TNC going into game number 2 again, we're in this for the long haul.
फर्स्ट त लापुलाई त्यही त
The game is that's not what he's looking for. Maybe it was a Twitch reaction
पाएको
to
रे
that Harith, and they needed maybe a little more range.
Just for the matchup, right? The 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, but already Red 4 pick and Novaria was already enough. What happened when they
त्यही माथि जुक्सिन पाएकै जुक्सिन
they said
एनजी जुक्सिन हान्न सिक जुक्सिन जुक्सिन दामी हुन्छ हौ
time literally they picked a Granger up and their team into what's a very scrappy, very fight-oriented team into a triple core lineup. That is not TNC's.
मलाई आउँछ लागेको भाइ
Farm on that Eastern Chin. They're getting
मिनियन्सले हान्न चाहिँ आउँछ होला हैन
farm on that Granger. Given it's the Granger who would hit the power spike sooner, but all three trying to race for that against a team like TLPH, a lineup like this, it's a non-starter.
It feels like you're trying to get it's
हो भने अरे खै कहिले देख्दिन त खेलाको अनि
and the free people.
धेरै खडिता मात्र हान्न आउँछ
With that small slice.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, this would have been a lot better maybe if this lineup enabled Zyda with a frontliner, goal laner,
A funnel or something. It just wasn't going to happen. Maybe, again, the only real pick that could have budged, or I think if Coach Hito, Coach Etomas can look back is, yeah, Benny, maybe that could have been a fighter.
वेब म्यानेजमेन्ट गर्नुपर्छ के त्यही त लडपछि रेड गेममा त त्यही हो वेब म्यानेजमेन्ट गऱ्यो भने त नि हुने सिजन पछि हिरो चेन्ज हुन्छ मेरो रे हो हैन होला अस्तितिर खेल्थे नि ओहो जुक्सिन त जहिले खेल्दा पनि भइहाल्यो नि
So you might lose out on the lane matchup if it was.
Yeah, your Pyraga armor would have gotten popped quick, but yeah, no.
Anything else except for the Granger, maybe.
Yeah, would have looked better, but I'm not saying Benny played bad. It's just the overall picture did not support what we know TNC to do well for. 15 minutes, all it took, but to be honest, it felt like a stampede. It felt like a 10-minute game to me.
Felt really fast.
अब यत्रो धेरै उयो आउँछ के एड आउँछ के एड भन्दा नि ग्याप हुन्छ त्यति बेला चाहिँ के गर्दै बस्ने हामीले खेल्न जाउँ भने भ्याउँदैन
Given to them by TL.
Yeah, they had good goals. It's just as the painting was about to be finished, they smeared
अब बोला बोला गर्छ त्यही हो नि यही त भ्याउ नि
Yeah, it's good. I love spaghetti. You know, I like them. I
गए
like
गए
meatballs. But
के हान्ने भनेपछि क्ल्यास अफ क्ल्यान हान्ने क्ल्यास अफ क्ल्यान क्लास गर न हेरौँ हामी रे र होइन होला मेरो भिलेज हो गाइज मेरो भिलेज गफ हानौँ रे मलाई गफ हान्न आउँदैन ब्रदर यार केटाहरू च्याटमा गफ लेख त के हो सबको एनजी आउ त तिमी डिस्कर्डमा आउन एनजी म्याच हेर्दै डिस्कर्डमा आउनु केटाहरू को छ ट्रुपै छैन चाहिँ यहाँ ट्रुप भएको वार हान्नु हुन्थ्यो म त वारमा बस्दिनँ क्या फेरि यार झ्याउ लाग्छ हौ क्लास जान्दा अहिले त अब क्ल्यानबाट ट्रुप पाएपछि हान्नुपर्छ वार कोही छ ट्रुप दिनलाई मलाई रुगा लागेको छ के आउनु रे हो र लप गरौँ रे तिन केटीले परेको छ के गरौँ रे त्यही केटीले परेको छ के हो त्यो भनेको रुगा लाग्यो एन्जीलाई किन रुगा लाग्यो त यार रुगालाई चाहिँ एन्जी लाग्नु पर्ने केहरू क्लेम गरेर जानु पर्यो म पनि यार अब यार अहिले म्याच स्टार्ट भएपछि हेर्नुपर्छ फेरि है साथीहरू प्यानिक स्क्रिन कहिले निक्लियो मेरो कसरी निक्लिन्छ थाहा छैन यार Oh, यहाँबाट भयो 965 भएछ बढे 8422 चाहिँ भए तिनवटा केटीले मन पराएको छ के गरौँ रे ए त्यस्तो पो भनेको तिनटैलाई मन पराइदियो नि त नि जुक्सिन भर्सेस जुक्सिन खेलमा आऊ रे आऊ ल आऊ जुक्सिन भर्सेस 1v1 खेल्न आऊ ल मलाई त जुक्सिन खेल्न आउँदैन फेरि अनि तिमी जुक्सिन खेल म गुसन खेल्छु ल 1v1 कहाँ पो हुन्छ रे $. ल 1v1 हान्छ गाइज म अब एन्जीसँग खै त स्टार्टै गर्नु मिल्दैन त ब्यान हान्नु पर्ने के ब्यान हान्नु जे ब्यान हान्नु पाइहाल्यो नि त मलाई चिन्नुभयो सिजन चिनेर नि ब्रदर यार हजुर हजुर ब्यान हान्दैछ आफूले आफ्नै हिरो ब्यान हान्दैछ अब जेसुकै खेल तिमी म त गुल्छन खेल्छु के गरेँ मैले लुगा लागेछ तिमीलाई Lunox ba? Lunox. शान्त गरुन् के छ ब्रदर सिलवाल जीवन दे ए सिलवाल जीवन हो जीवन ब्रदर तिमी सिजन पो छ त नाम यो नाम चेन्ज भएर गाह्रो भयो क्या यार केटाहरूलाई चिन्ने यार मलाई यार लाइक पनि हान्ने गाइस भिडियोमा फलो सब्स्क्राइब पनि हान्ने अब अर्को ब्रेकमा फेरि अर्कोसँग 1v1 हान्नु पर्ला को खेल्ने 1v1 जस्ट फर फन है गणेश ब्रदर थ्याङ्क यू फर द हट 1v1 है अञ्जलीले हान्नु पर्यो 1v1 अब ए यो त म्यापै थाहा छैन मलाई त्यतिखेर छैन म अरे ल ल ब्रदर आऊ हान्छ त अञ्जलीले हान्छ त के हो लेभल 2 भयो त अञ्जली त अञ्जलीले मलाई लो पारिदिया लुनक्स लिएको छ अञ्जलीले अब चलो भाइ जी को 1v1 हो कि ब्रो के नाम चेन्ज हैन हौ गाउँमा मोबाइल चलाएको रे ए त्यस्तो पो ठिक छ ब्रदर ठिक छ उडायो सपना सबै उरीले अञ्जलीले मलाई कुटिरहेछ गाइज यस्तो के हो टन्नै आउँदैछ त्यो हिल त कम पो हुँदै जाँदैछ यार Namen janaezo teme. Kage ansari. Oi, अलिकतिले अब तेरिका गिल्ली हुन्छ नि उसको त अब यार मेरो त्यति गयो नि यार ले टरेट त के एउटा मात्रै हो उही छिटो क्लियर गर्न छिटो गर गुस्सान ओला लो एन्ड टाइटन के गर्छौ त ब्रो लो एन्ड होरे ल के गर्छौ त ब्रो कुट्छौ ल कुट्टा आऊ उताको हिरोको सेल्फ फिडिङ नै हुन्छ लास्ट जस्तो लाग्यो हो सेल्फ फिडिङ हुन्छ नि त्यो बियोबाट हान्जी अब मेरो लु छ अब चाहिँ जो मर्यो त्यसको जिते के अब चाहिँ जो मर्यो तर हिलिङ होला उ त्यहाँ माथिबाट आउँदैछ आमा अब सकिन्छ अरे त्यही त भेटिफाई छैन कि फेरि यार तर टाइप त नहाल्नु यार के स्पेलले गरेछ रे ए फ्लिकर पनि गरेछ मर्यो एन्जी मर्यो बिचरा एन्जी You played well तर like हजुर कति मिनट बाँकी छ कति मिनट
There you go. So the blue side picks we're looking for, obviously YSS is still even with Team Liquid.
NG अब एकछिनमा मुख फुलाइरहेको छ है
Yeah, that's a very liquid thing to do.
Exactly. So we're gonna see maybe some what do you call this? Changes on how TNC will.
NG अब चाहिँ उयो लिएर आउला तिम्रो जुक्सिन लिएर आउला
Countdown. I hope we keep doing this every season.
आफूले आफ्नै हिरो ब्यान्ड हान्छ जुक्सिन अनि
You know your parents tell you not to watch TV up close.
कपिराइट आउला दादा अरे कपिराइट आउँदैन नि
That's right.
Yes, bro.
I hope she's not holding he or she is not holding a camera.
I think it's he.
I think it's a he. All right.
BB is a he.
He seems like he's doing the gyrus work the way he's.
यी गोला भनेर नि रे त्यस्तो पनि हुन्छ त हावा
40% win rate here for TLPH.
60 to 38.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I still think that the map choice here for Broken Walls is kind of neutral for most teams.
Yep, this is a map that rarely affects much when it comes to rotations or you know big ticket
हो र हो नि हो
to their gameplay.
कपिराइट लाग्दैन कि
The max banning of the Harriet is
लाग्यो नि केही हुँदैन इन्कम हुने होइन इन्कम हुने भइदिए पो हो भन्नु
since they did not
इन्डोमा फेरि कुन हो टिम हो इन्डोमा नि ओनीकै हो यार अब मैले खेल्ने बेलामा खाइदिई चलिरहेको थियो
they get it. This
त्यही भएर त्यही मनपर्छ के
two pick swing. Gatot Gacha plus a jungler.
यति बेला भइसक्यो काल्टिजी मनपर्छ किन
Dragon.
यही TLPH मनपर्छ कि यति बेला खेल्न थालेको भए
Winning
फाइनली खाली भयो रे सर्भर फाइनली खाली भयो तिहार सके बल्ल
Zaida and call it a day like you're fine. Higher now, higher now.
Haya now seems to be the call. You don't want it to get banned out in second phase here.
Yeah, because if you don't join your higher now, Liquid's gonna ban.
Oh, it's a ban!
Oi, Fanny!
Even
Fan
better.
is still open. They're forcing Oheb to pick a Cho or something to the effect, like something to lock him down.
Yeah, for
My lord, or something in the EX.
बस्दै गर न एनजी बस्दै गर अहिले फेरि हान्नुपर्छ
Oh my god, TNC wanna go
रिजङ लियो
fast.
त्यही त त्यसले लिने भन्दा
which is exactly what
स्ट्यानफोर्डलाई दिनुभन्दा आफै लिन्छु भनेर ल्याएर आफै
trying to bank on the super late game
Yeah.
free
फेरि लुनक्स ब्यान्ड
Time was against them in game one. Now they said, time, look at me, we're best friends.
they don't want this game to drag long because those are the times where Research feels so strong. But look at that.
There it is. That's Oheb.
रुबी आयो रुबी गोल्डन
Oheb pick
Again,
right there.
you're a 1-3-1. You got Isich in the jungle. You can afford a fighter gold lane. And a fighter at that,
फ्यानी आयो फ्यानी हो हेर्नु म त गाइज
Fanny's day. Bibby's just watching. Bibby's here for the vibes.
I know.
Bibby loves this.
Right in the middle of it. I guess I don't know if BB can fit in the chair.
I want to cuddle him.
But yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe.
स्ट्यानफोर्डले पाएको भए हुन्थ्यो अरे पाएन
Now,
नि
obviously, we want to see maybe a bit more of a front line that we're still missing here for TNC. I'm not sure what kind of front line they're thinking about.
इन्डोको नि वाच पार्टी हो रे भयो भने हाल्नु पर्ला अनि वान खेल्दा हो भने म नि हामी स्पेक्ट गर्न किन्छ अरे आउ न हो अहिले एकछिनमा अहिले त गेम हेर्दैछु
Unless the
अहिले ब्रेकमा चाहिँ हान्नुपर्छ फेरि
really hate
किन हो एमएम नदिने रे
you can't do it. You can't.
अहिले गोल्डेनमा
Chuckling was 17,
धेरै गोल छैन के
16.
गोल्डेनरलाई नफ गरिदिएको छ के त्यो भएर फाइटर दिन्छ क्या आजकल
Red 4 just to throw the Gatot Kachai to the EXP lane.
Chocolate says, you know what? I've been through worse. I've been through worse binds than this one. I can eke one out.
Make my day.
Come on.
पहिला चाहिँ गोल्डेनमा
A lot of
अलिकति फार्म धेरै पाउँथ्यो गोल धेरै पाउँथ्यो
given by TLPH here and the
100
XP
पम्प
bans
भयो क्या
coming for
माथि
TNC.
Huh. Why the Phobius ban?
त्यही भएर साथीहरू
1-1 in the gold lane. Could this be?
Oh, I think so. I
There
think
has
so.
to be a reason why you banned the Phobius willy-nilly. I don't know. There's still so many XP laners.
I would not mind a 1-1 from Medicuti, honestly. But that again, that's a lot of gold going into. With this current draft right now, it feels like it should be a fighter gold lane because you have the Kimmy, obviously can clear very
Kimmy's
well.
halfway. Kimmy's halfway.
Been halfway.
She doesn't need that much farm. She would be good with it, but I think they can still afford a 1-1.
We'll see that. See if a 1-1 can make it. Hylos is locked in. So that's a Chak new hero 100%. And it's a Bane.
बेन पनि आयो
Bane, I think, falls closer to a Harith.
हिजो नि आएको थियो
What kind of gold laner it is?
क्यामेराम्यानले देखेको देखेकै हो
Technically, it is a fighter.
Fighter.
Yep.
Go
Close
ahead,
up with an Edith. Wow,
Rooney.
it's been a hot minute.
छ
Isn't it doesn't feel like the Bane does eat more gold than most. You need more
Just
gold,
to
right?
start, because that Holy Crystal ramp up seems so long, but some gold laners, I've seen him lock it in. So you should be fine. I
see.
feel better for TNC's draft now, but
Then game 1.
yes,
Yeah.
but only because Liquid drafted in a way that they're really answering to Zaida's early fanny.
Let's see if the answers are going to be enough. Let's look onto game
हेरौँ
number
अब चाहिँ के हुन्छ
2.
यार यो गेम पनि TLPH जान्छ जस्तो लाग्न थाल्यो
For
मलाई त्यस्तै हेर्दा
TNC, let's see if they can do it against TL.
किनभने फ्यानी हान्न गाह्रो छ हौ यो ब्याचमा
Chapters, let's go.
Let's go, we shall. Thank you so much to the panel again for breaking down game 2. TLPH took game 1 under control, ended it very quickly, and this time around TNC decides to answer. Some interesting picks, one of those being the Fanny. We've seen Zyna play it before, so you know it's one of his favorite heroes. And also,
यसरी लग्यो रे हो त
Bane again. And mind you, we saw the synergy between the Yuzhong and the Kimmy. It's undefeated right now in terms of hero synergy. What do we think about game 2's draft here, Redmark?
All right, so the same thing for every Bane game. No matter how good the early to mid game of Team Liquid Philippines is, are you ready for when Benny QT gets that Holy Crystal and most likely the Lightning Cruncher second item, depending on what he's deciding to go
Damage
for.
यार
Because that's always
Big
the
draft
inevitable
Ruby
power
goal
spike when you
4
have that
त्यही
Bane.
त त्यही त
So they will try to take control of the early game with putting
हिजो मैले रुबी गोल हानेर खेलाएको थिएँ
okay
किङ गेम जति जिते यार
just be somewhat not
रुबी गोल एकजनालाई खेल्न दिएको अनि मैले चाहिँ एसएससी खेलेको जग्गामा
Right, it's
किङ गेम
actually
जति जितिरहेँ
the debut pick for the Edith this season. We did discuss that it's not entirely new to us, but I guess I was really surprised.
जुक्सिन छैन रहेछ त्यसपालि बिहान हो जुक्सिन ओइ
That's the more surprising part.
You can hear the crowd. Zyda, I don't know. It doesn't matter who's playing it. Whenever they see a Fanny, you get a first blood. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it. युजङले सर्ट डाउन गरिदिन्छ पर्सलाई दे
Easy countered back. That's not how you want to start when you're up against a Fanny. I mean, it's not like it's going to be like, oh, GG,
Young man, yes.
Team Liquid's going to make a comeback from this, but that's not how you want to start things off against a Fanny, against an iconic Fanny. The last time we saw this, he went perfect, no deaths, and got an MVP performance with it.
It's just something about it's something about the hero Fanny. You know, there's not that many junglers left competitively around the world that will pick it up and have the confidence to bring it in this situation.
तिमी
Again,
बन्छ गाइज जान्छ अडियन्सले
but if somehow you get a better start here than what TNC had in the game one, that's the best.
तर गाटो त मेन प्रायोरिटी पिक हुन्छ क्या रोममा अहिले यार
JP is going to be able to do much, and it looks like this is going to TNC unless.
Oh, can Carl even actually catch up?
Ayo.
3 Mart's just
Yes,
gonna
yes.
walk away. JP
Mare gato, ye.
falling down. Sanford already using the Primal Wrath. But TNC don't
पीडित
want
पनि
to
गरेछ
fight.
त यार
They just actually want to take the turtle.
Yeah, great discipline to not go for even more kills. Again, this is Zyda on a Fanny in Broken Walls. For the longest time, we always thought never play
Broken
Fanny
Walls,
in Broken
yeah.
Walls is going to be way too tough, but he just looks comfortable with it. It doesn't feel like that there are broken walls at the
बेस्ट अफ सेभेन होइन
Tried to time the entry perfectly.
सेमी फाइनल
TNC Pro Team, they can just continue snowballing through here now.
Yep. And what's happening here is Benny Cutie's able to just go ahead and do his thing. You know, he can farm up, got a little bit of extra gold over there, and we all know that that's a timing thing for this Bane. Definitely going for that Holy Crystal. Once he has that, he'll be a big burst of damage right now. Zyda mostly.
Wow.
Archer pulse thrown out, but JP just trying to go ahead and put some pressure here on Zyda.
बेस्ट अफ सेभेन नै हो अरे हो र
Fall behind, because the minute that they fall behind, TLPH did this
Good
in
ball.
this game too. They'll put pressure. Whoa, Sanji's gonna flicker out defensively. Good usage of the glorious pathway.
Yeah. It's a bit too obvious that Team Liquid might want
नकआउट
to
भएको होइन त तिनीहरू त नि ओनिकहरू त
a bit more aggressively, but TNC are just too quick to react.
अरू को को छ र यो
They
टिममा
have enough
यो
ways
टुर्नामेन्टमा बाइक
to stop you in your tracks if ever they wanted to. Imagine that. Just with the glorious pathway,
Yeah.
the flicker was forced out of Sanji.
Yeah, the retribution of Carl TNC too. That was the most expensive reaction to a glorious pathway ever.
Yeah.
With barely anything happening.
ONG, thank you for the gift.
So that was a great call by Chaplin to drop the ultimate down already up to the Heptaseas for Zyda. Doesn't have a significant lead over Carl TNC.
के भइरहेछ माथि के भइरहेछ ओइ दुईजनाको बिचमा गएर हान्छ यार
Bro,
Look, even we don't get to react on time with the amount of speed that Zyda's using this Fanny with.
if Lancy is Luna, Zyda is
Is
Fanny.
He's Vanny. And, you know, the crowd knows it too over here on this side of TNC.
भोलि फाइनल
Give him an opportunity to just take
ओइ
a second
कहिले पो हो
turtle.
फाइनल
Not sure if Oheb and JP want to do anything.
ए गेम चाहिँ पो भनेको गेम त बेस्ट अफ 5 हो नि होइन र
Great start for them. You're 2-0 on the Fanny. Zyda scaling up really well. He's going to go for Oheb.
Oh, now he wants Oheb.
5 गेम हुन्छ होइन
He committed deadly catch as well. Does
he's gonna
Oheb have
go.
to dodge this? He doesn't. And now Zyda still goes in. AOG committed by JP, and they get to save Oheb.
Yeah, don't run Wolf King. Second skill, saved himself with it. I think they weren't able to give another kill to
Seven, oh.
Zyda. If that was
चार
another
तारदेखि
kill, that
बेस्ट अफ
would've been,
7 है
even bad
कि
news
बेस्ट
because
अफ 8 हो
that's both side lanes already losing for
टिम
TNC.
जो त
Which is interesting because when you look at this, yeah, he's got
टिम
kills,
जो
but Carl,
छैन त अब
he's doing
अरे
an okay
7
job
हो अरे
at keeping things
Cool.
even
Yeah.
against Zyda here in terms of economy.
भनेपछि लामो हुने भयो त गेम त यार
Strike, and then of course Zyda's doing a lot of damage because he's got that blade of Heptaseas working the next. And there you go, Benny Cutie now has the Holy Crystal. That's a big item.
सेमी फाइनल भएकोले बेस्ट अफ 7 होला
A
माथि
little bit of movement speed, you know, some basic
Ah,
movements goes well for the main. No, just go straight for the Holy Crystal. It's fine. You don't need to pack boots.
You're already fast
You're already fast.
when you're drinking.
Yeah, you drink your ale, you go faster. I wish real life was like that.
I mean, it could. depending on, you know, depending on what you're drinking.
Sip water would get that.
Sip water, that's what
That will make you get fast.
Yeah, that's how you say
Minimum 4 game max.
But yeah, that's what they're gonna do. The
Even
next
game,
turtle too, he might even rotate to the other side of the map for that last turtle, just because, you know, locking in that item gives him a big burst damage. And
Lamo ni want to give that.
play into this. I think part of this too is, yeah, you can see Carl TZ, he's doing fine. I think he's turned into a point where he's like, let me just farm up. And
Kati kill, big kill voice pani ko.
One of the most surprising parts, because
Hindi
this is
ko
one of
na-kill.
considerably the best starts you could have against Liquid, denying them of the first 2 turtles, which I think
अब युजङ रोटी रान थाल्यो
times whenever we try to discuss the keys to
त्यहाँनिर
victory.
टर्ट लिन खोज्दैछ
Now Sanford, he might have a bit more tools to deal with these potential pick-off attempts, but what he doesn't know
ओइ
is
ओइ
that
ओइ 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 ओइ
so he
काटो
has
कल लाग्दैन
absolutely no way out of it. Black Dragon forward, does 3-mark commit? He's just gonna zone them out.
Yeah, he already used the Petrify. Right now, I'm not really seeing the vision as to why they go ahead and pick up the Edith. Zyda gets clipped a little bit by Carl TZ there in the bottom lane. Retribution still active for both. TNC needs to slow this down because Carl TZ gets to steal it. Look at Jack, no.
Oh, but if they could get another kill, then
Oi.
they not beating
No,
out.
kimi ni
They
baच्यो
nearly got to take
Orta
the kill
there.
on Lancy, but somehow
No blue
he's
buff.
still alive. Benny Cutie though, they have
ओइ 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 आउँछु यो ल
Carl TZ has no way
कहाँ छ भाग्यो
I told you, Benny's gonna join the fight for the third turtle, and he aggressively flickered forward for Carl TZ.
हान्जुलाई मारिदियो अरे
This has been the story for TNC Pro Team.
मुस्लिमको अलले दिने भिजनको टाइम घटाउन लाग्यो अरे तर त्यो पनि घटाउन लाग्यो
Look at Zyda again.
अनि फर्स्ट स्किलको त्यो इम्युन पनि घटाउन लाग्यो
Oh, Sanford.
1v3,
त्यो इम्युन पनि घटाउँछ
already used. He has the
बिजनेस काम छैन होला अब त सायद यार
be safe. AOG, but he doesn't get to land in the right spot.
Oh, everything just being thrown out here.
फाइनल
on both
भोलि के
sides.
कहिले हुन्छ होला है
Sanford actually able to use the Primal Raft and survive this time. I think he's tired of getting just beat up in the side of the lane, but he's going to have to deal with it for a little longer. It's now up to
त्यहाँदेखिको
TNC.
दुईटा आइटम आइसक्यो
This has been going great for them. They've got a nice little bit of a lead. They need to start getting some...
अर्लीदेखि हान्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ के हुन्छ क्या फ्यानीले के गर्छ अस्ति नै बेनीको बानीले जिताएको थियो अरे रेड गेम बानी
They're
जान्छ
waiting for the Carl TZ timer. They're waiting for their Yi and Shin to be
वरेक्स चाहिन्छ रोटेट गर्नुको लागि रे हो होइन होला
That's why you pick up the Ruby. You pick up 2 very static, very slow, but lane holding.
रोटेट गरिरहेछ त्यो आफ्नो लेन छोडेर कहाँ पुगिरहेछ त्यही त रोटेट भनेको
Carl TZ in the jungle. One of the main reasons though why this plan is going to get delayed is because of that kill Ben Cutie got onto Carl in the last major sequence that we saw. So good use of the flicker, the fact that he went all the way from the top lane to the bottom lane. Ben Cutie knows the timings of this Bane very well.
Yeah, that's why Zyda finally got to overtake Carl in terms of EXP. And possibly even a lot more.
ओइ
Oh,
ल मर्यो रेड ट्रीले मार्यो रेड ट्रीले
it wasn't even the retreat.
That was the burn from the
Lethal ignition.
lethal ignition, yes.
That's lethal.
केले मार्यो यार
That's what they do.
ग्लिचेसन
So
के
tough.
भन्दा
I've seen 2 Farsas struggle
You're right.
in 2 days.
Yeah.
And I am not
युजङ पनि छ फ्यानी पनि छ
Okay, well,
अनि पर्छ त कामै छैन
TH isn't feeling good about how things are going either. Right now, they're
अहिले चाहिँ हेर्नु मजा आयो बरु
making
अलिक
a decision. Do we actually
गेल बेल
contest
देखाउँदा
this? As JP
First up,
has taken everything.
गरेको त्यो
He's
वारेक्सको
gotta be
लागि
careful. He's less than half
हो
health.
होइन
He's gonna
होला
regen up, but TNC, they don't have a clear take
Top
while
hat,
Zyda
right?
grabs his buffs. That's the
त्यसलाई नै त
problem
रोटेट
here.
भन्छ नि
It would be amazing if TLPH is somehow able to take this, given how everything has gone for the past 4 minutes or so. It's going to be up to them to just decide, do we actually want to contest it? And I think it's up to TLPH also to turn this game in their favor. Who's going to be able to do that? Probably this is where we have to see JP and Sanford pull something up their sleeves here.
But will they actually have the damage?
Yeah.
सपोर्ट सपोर्ट साह्रो माथि पर्छलाई
They have to
युजो
protect Benny.
बेङ्गाली भाइ
Using
25 हेऱ्यो
Oh no, Carl! Using his tracelet out!
Woohoo!
Now finds him! They get to secure
ल दामी ल
and one more!
अब फ्यानी पनि बिहान हान्ने होला अर्को गेम यार
to punish him right there, but that's what they'll get. A 1-for-2 trade, and losing Carl was not what they wanted.
Everyone did their job perfectly from the side of TNC Pro Team. 3-mar, especially the 2-man Furious Dive, Petrify, Zyda
लिखो अब दामी लिखो
uses the ultimate on the Little Wanderer.
Clearly that was supposed to be Sanji, but 3 Mars though he gets to walk away from this. Lancy 2 won't go down. down.
Go for the Lord. They get this though. They might be able to secure this out. They're gonna try to do it.
Oh, they are! But
Oi!
what's
Lo.
But the traction pulls!
Time बैठ गया था.
Saved Lancey and Chatu
मारे कि मेरे.
by himself. There goes the I'm offended, but Lancey has the purify.
Look at Lancey, man. That's not Lunox. Oh, that's not Kimmy. That's Lunox with a gun.
Oh man.
Lunox with the gun.
They managed to get forward, but they lost a lot out of that too. TLPH able to pick up a couple of kills. TNC, how do they play into this? They already got the tier 1s down. Ideally, they get a tier 2.
Yeah.
But this is going to be tough because of the fact that Zyda and Chaknu went down.
Yeah, the timings of it are off as well. No minion waves in the mid just yet. So they're not clearing up the minions. Team Liquid Philippines are committing bodies up top. Up the Lord. If TNC fast clear mid enough, but no, they can't read the map because Team Liquid Philippines aren't showing themselves. They'll clear it. Minion wave crashing through mid. They might be able to get the top turret though. That might be their saving grace with this Lord push.
See what they get here. TLPH clears out that mid wave. Their goal is to maintain what they can. They just might have to say goodbye to this tier 2. Chaknu pops conceal. He's gonna be stopped in the tracks though. TLPH will lose that.
Any time they are there, I'm there.
Into a pathway.
Oh, lagging all day.
But no go. Yeah. That's all they get. A tier 1 turret up top.
They get to the tier 2 at the bottom as well though, so they were able to space things out 4-1. That layering
Broken wall bani ande yaar fan yaar.
could have been better. Could have been a little bit sharper, but hey, TNC Pro Team, they're not going to complain. They have the lead again. They're still holding on to it, and Team Liquid Philippines still scrambling. Now, though, because of the last sequence, we saw what a big combination Flicker coming in from the Ruby can actually do for Team Liquid Philippines. So if TNC Pro Team get caught out like that again, it's going to be a very expensive team fight for them. They need to watch their spacing. They need to watch out for Oheb's Ruby.
Yeah, and that was just a Flicker, not the I am offended. Don't run Wolf King. So he just
Oh, Angie, they still watching this on the kids, Angie.
members of TNC were already really low.
बुझिरहेछौ तिमीले?
That could also be the I'm offended. So
बुझेको छैन होला तिमीले त?
Philippines start playing this a bit more aggressively. They could potentially find much more favorable pickups, but really, you have to have a clear idea of where Benny Cutie is. I feel like Benny Cutie and his sudden burst damage could be the major difference maker in the team fights later on.
बोल्दैछु अलिअलि हो र ठिक फिलिपिन्सको टिमहरु केही नहारे
Such a big component.
दामी हान्छ दामी
Profile that TLPH has, and a lot of times Zyda, or it could be Benny as well, that forces him to either end that feathered airstrike early, or even to go ahead and wings by wings out. That's happened a lot of times. So Sanji, he's the one dealing with the most pressure, I feel like, right now for TLPH in terms of survivability. And that's something they're going to
phone हो Infinix GT30 Pro रे यस्तो फोन चलाउन पाएको हुन्थ्यो
experience victory for every Watchalong gamer. Right now, we're getting a good look at Zyda here on the Fanny.
So that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
So this is how you clear minion waves with the Fanny.
Ah, you need finger sleeves.
I never knew. Just basic
And
attack.
triggers.
Yeah.
Okay, now Lord's up. We're almost 14 minutes in. Zyda, is he gonna go?
Oh,
Okay.
that's some echo tactics right there.
I was gonna say, good check there. Oh, Chaknu.
Oh, the damage seems to be quite enough. Flicker from Sanji, but Zyda's trying to hunt him down. No, he just stays on top of the wall, and Zyda couldn't find him. There goes the counter AOG, forcing out the Purify from Lancey, but 3mar still decides to go in. Zyda too looking for a target, but JP, he couldn't handle the damage.
Oh, he missed.
From Sanji.
गयो भने ए लु कार्डलिजीलाई हान्दै सोलो किल मार्दै पर्छ मार्दै चुकी मरिहाल्छ नि पर्छ त
Seems to be the only train getting away. He's all alone. It might be a no. They have to walk away. It's only him and Sanji.
What a bloody fight. They just ignored the Lord and they decided to fight anyway. That's what we're going to see here. TNC, unfortunately, aren't able to capitalize just
5-1-5 रे यार यसले पाउने भयो MVP अब
Yeah, JP got caught out.
छेडा अरे
Saw the gears turning in Team Liquid Philippines' heads. They wanted to join in. They wanted to fight. But Benny Cutie didn't throw his sharks out just yet. Once the sharks were finally thrown out, that's when Liquid decided to go forward. Sanford missed out the Earth Shatter. There we go. Earth Shatter Flicker. And then TNC decided to punish. Sorry, it's too similar to Land Shaker, okay?
I was gonna say.
And then for
the land shakes and shatters.
yeah.
Yes.
Now, again, I asked Liquid, why the Edith? Why not something with a little bit more lockdown? maybe even why the Ruby. Was the Ruby your answer to the Fanny? It's not really working out. No one's protecting Sanji. No one's protecting Carl TZ. Zyda is eating good.
Yeah, the way it's a red 3 Ruby pick felt like it was.
प्रोटेक्ट गर्ने मान्छे भएन त नि विचार त त्यत्रो छ त यार रुबी छ गाटो छ गाटो त अगाडि जानु पर्यो अरे ठिक 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 टिएनसीले जित्नुपर्छ टिएनसीले
We'll see if they can figure it out here. This might be the moment for TLPH to go ahead and layer down that crowd control if they can. The Lord's going to go ahead and march in, charge into this bottom base turret of TLPH. They'll lose that one, holding on to the mid at the top. Conceal's going to be used. Dragon Form pop 2.
Dragon Form.
Okay, JP finds where the other members of TNC are trying to go. Sanji already
Victor Zanaboni.
have the Feathered Airstrike either, but all they want is to defend the Lord for now. Team Liquid side coming, they will probably definitely lose one base turret there.
Yeah, I also appreciate the growth by TNC Pro Team. If this was the regular season, they would have committed that fight heavily. Probably lost members, and then suddenly it's a Team Liquid swing, but they stuck to their discipline.
Panic skin निस्क्यो त छैन नि यार ब्रो यार
Kept all the way back, maybe even go for Sanji under the base turret, but no, he
केटाहरुको निक्ले panic skin
growth here. You see the discipline, and this comeback from Team Liquid Philippines will really have to come from the fact if they can catch Zyda off guard. I'm not even just looking at Benny and Lancey anymore. They need to somehow find this miraculous start wherein Zyda gets caught out by OHEB and everyone.
कति चाँडै निस्केको यार एनजे यार कसरी निक्लिने निकाल्ने हो मलाई थाहा नै भएन त्यो इभेन्टको बारेमा यार
Things like that. You need this Fanny out if you want to
त्यस्तो साह्रो वास्ता नगरेर नि होला
After that, then you can think about, okay, what about the Sharks coming out of the bay? And what about 3-Mar with his
Pineapple and no pineapple, then it's
You can think about that later. Just take the Fanny out first.
Which is hard to do. I mean, look at
Exactly.
his itemization. And not only trying to catch Zyda, but then his itemization. He's got the wings, he's got a brute force breastplate.
Yes.
You know, like, and of course the mobility is a factor into actually taking him out too. So a lot, if you look at
Division 15 त पुग्यो पुग्न त ओ युसन ए युजङ पनि 15 यार सजिलो छ अरे हो मैले त बक्स गरेकै छुइनँ अरे हो त्यही त झ्याउ लाग्ने के है
So he's eating good too, and that's why part of this idea is whether it's Chaknu, whether it's 3-Mar setting things up, it doesn't matter. They're able to catch someone, and if they kind of feign their engagement with a glorious pathway, then it could actually work in their favor. Also, with that kind of lineup, you have such a good advantage when it comes to dealing with this Lord take here. You can see that they're going to get the positioning favored for TNC right now.
Did they see him?
युजङ दामी यार एक्सपी मा यार युजङ हान्नु पर्यो केटाहरु नि एक्सपी मा भयो
Oh, JP, AOG out. Major resource already committed from Liquid. But Chaknu, is he going to be the target? Carl TZ, they spot Zyda.
Yeah.
They can't fully commit.
Look at that formation. Sanford, OHEB really just standing in front of Carl TZ and Sanji together to protect their main sources of damage here. JP's about to come back.
Yeah.
While TNC slow things down, they're not going to run. They want to get the buffs onto Zyda first. Another thing we should be looking at the next big team fight is how 3-Mar's going to be using the Yuzong. So far, he hasn't been heavily diving into the backline way too much.
But you have been with Yuzongo.
And then he rejoins the other members of TNC.
Give me 205 down. Banning a 4 kill.
Then he uses the Petrify. If he veers off away from that and overcommits onto Sanji and Carl TZ, that might be something TNC wouldn't want to happen.
There's also going to be a push down.
Saya game jadi last tu saya kena lihat
Look
sini.
at this half health of the Lord here. Is TNC able to commit? They'll be backed off of it though. Angie joined the fight. Primal Wrath pop too.
Yep, they're trying to burst
Panic
everything
panic
down at once. Chaknu the first of all. Are actually hunting Carl.
Oi, oi lo, pai dirara.
It's still gonna be Zyda. Will 3-Mar be punished though? AOG committed onto him. Zyda looking for a target. It might be Sanji next.
Oi lo, lo lo, sama there pani like. Immortally sa tara. Lo.
He's making things happen even though they lost Zyda.
Oh my goodness, it's Sanford. He's trying to buy time.
Bane chan lo. Damage na bane ko yaar.
3 kills, Lord marching in. Daddy and Carl TZ. Yes, I called him Daddy. That's his moniker.
Damage there.
Trying to defend this It's gonna be way too tough. I think this is it. TNC might take it here unless.
दामी लबी बनायो कि यिनीहरूले यार अर्लीमा फ्यानीले हान्ने त्यसपछि बानेले हान्ने
JP trying to tank the damage.
Go for it, 3 more.
फेट्री छ भने त मर्छ यो जङ त यसपछि त ऊ म ओ जिते यार चरित्र बनाएर बेस्ट अफ 7 परेछ त आमा 7 त कहिले पुग्ने यार
Phoenix will rise tonight as well. We've got a series that's 1-1.
एनजी फेरि खेल्ने हो खेल्ने भाइ
Stomp them back, lose, win. They keep doing this.
Hey, let's throw it over to the panel to break down game 2.
I don't know, guys. You said stomp so many times. It does feel like a stomp right here with Benny Cutie going 7-1.
I'm struggling to think who the MVP is because in the twilight of game 2, that was mostly Benny. Like the threat of what the Bane can do was more scary than when he actually.
बेने एमभीपी भयो
Zyda, though.
Zyda though throughout the whole game dictated what Liquid could get away with. I think it's safe to say game 3 rather, Liquid has to
Then
find the
damn.
Benny again.
You did in game 1.
Hold on,
It
the
worked
bag.
out very well for you, and there was essentially like a half-hearted
हिजो
response
जस्तो हुन्छ क्या हो गेम डे
to counter Zyda's fan. It was just
लाइक
not
दैट
enough. We need a Spider-Man
दामी थियो
skill.
यार यार पत्ता लाग्यो मलाई यार
But maybe someday. That was he was doing. Zyda.
म फेरि 1v1 हान्न गएँ गाइस हिजो जस्तो कस्तो भएको थियो हिजो ब्रदर प्रशान्त मलाई स्पेक्ट माइन्ड बाइट थियो ओके ओके आउला Go, brother. Go. गुसन त नहान्नु पर्छ क्या हो कि गुसन नै हान्नु त हान्थ्यो नि त एक गेम त भन्दा हुन्छ जी ओ एनजी त भन्दा हुन्छ हिजो कडा भएको थियो त्यही त कडा भएको थियो बेट नै हाल्न पाएन ल बेट हाल्न पाएन तिमीले गुसन हान्नु न ल हिजो दामी भएको थियो गेम हिजो भन्दा नि अस्ति चाहिँ खतरा भएको थियो टिएनसी भर्सेस त्यो अरोराको अब अर्को गेममा बेट हाल ब्रदर मिस Wait, 2070 match bro total मारे पहिला टन्नै खेल्थ्यौ गुसान 2020 तिर टन्नै खेल्थ्यौ गुसान पहिला 2022 तिर
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
एनजी हान्जी के गरेको यस्तो हेर ल तान्छ त यो मान्छेले के हो लेन फ्रिज हारेको अरे एचले मलाई लेन फ्रिज हारेको अरे जोन गर्न थालेछ अरे त्यही भनेको जोन गर्न थालिदिरा भने क्या ओ एमजीले हराउँछ क्या मलाई ए रिकल पनि देखाउनु मिल्दैछ नि त जोन हान्ने मलाई एनजी त जोन हान्ने जोन स्पेल के छ एनजीको फ्लिकर फ्लिकर चाहिँ नराख्नु पर्ने उनलाई घाटा त फ्लिकर राख्यो भने के तर फ्लिकरै हो यसमा त जिस्काउँछ त यार के हो कति डिफरेन्स भयो गोल अब नि त टन्नै गोल डिफरेन्स भयो यार डेन्जर गोल डिफरेन्स पारे यार भएन यार कि मारे कि मरे भनेर जानु पर्यो अब चाहिँ ए हिलिङ त डन्नै हुँदो रहेछ नि त तर एनजिपिएस भित्र आउँछ म उसलाई मार्छु पकाएर अलिकति अलिकति अलि ला गोल डिफरेन्स भएर नि ठिक्क ओइ सकिदियो क्या गेमै ओइ गेमै सकाइदियो त ल हान्नु पर्थ्यो नि गेमै सकिन्थ्यो नि अघिदेखि डराएर बसेर क्या गोल डिफरेन्स डेन्जर अल राउन्ड टाइम लाग्छ होला नि उसको होइन Flicker. When you will join Onikre? I don't know, bro. If they buy me, of course I will join. ओए ला मारे एनसीले मलाई मारे दुईचोटि मर्सिका त मरे त गयो यार के भयो खेल्ने रहेछ त नि जुक्सिन पनि उदे खेल्नु पर्छ नि जुक्सिन त्यत्र हैन Real Madrid broken Lunare. Real Madrid, bro, Real Madrid. Always Madrid. आमा बिल त के हो उसको त आफैले त ब्लड विङ्स पनि बनाइसकेछ के हो मुभमेन्ट त आमा कस्तो जोर हानेको आम्मा मिनियस मात्र आएर सकाइदिएर नि गेम फेरि
Our base is under attack.
ओए कत्रो ढेडु मिनियस आयो त यार नाइच मिनियस नाइच हिलिङ सर्किट पाएँ ल हिलिङै छैन त यार अब चाहिँ जान्छौँ अब चाहिँ म कि मऱ्यो कि गयो यतिकै नि जान्छ जस्तो छ गेम
Our base is under attack. Launch attack. Our base is under attack.
ल्याम्बिस भयो अब चाहिँ गयो गेम अघि त लुनक्स भएर पो जितेको रहेछ यहाँ ओए 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 मारिहाल्यो नि टक्क गुसन प्रो स्किन मात्र एनजी हान्जीले कुट्यो मलाई फेरि हान्दिन निश्चल ब्रदर फेरि हान्नु ल उयो गर तिमी ल निश्चल ब्रो उयो राख ल अब चाहिँ बेट कोइन राख ल बेट कोइन राख है हान्जी पान्जी ध्यान दे नि यार
Demons shall bathe in their blood. The light belongs to the righteous.
I will be the truth this world desperately needs.
हान्जी पान्जी जोय हान्नु पर्ने तिमीलाई जोय फ्युरीले नि हुन्छ होला अरे ए फ्युरी दिने फ्युरी त काम छैन मलाई मेरो पेटी नै ठिक छ म अघि डराएर खेलेँ कि अब मान
Smash them. All troops deployed.
एन्जी नामै एन्जी किन हेर्न फेरि यस्तो छ क्या यसको स्किल यार हेर्न स्किल यस्तो छ त के गर्छु क्या मैले ल गोलग्याप मार्छ कि फेरि भए अगाडि तानै दिँदैन तानै गर्छ दामी छ क्या जुक्सिन त्यही भएर भाइ गुस्साले सक्दैन यो जुक्सिनलाई सक्छ गुस्साले जुक्सिनलाई सन्डरले त्यही भनेको गेस कोइन मात्र जाने भयो मेरो बेकारमा यार गिमी मिनियस ब्रो यार पखल पो भएर भएपछि ट्राई गर्छु लेभल 4 भइसक्यो क्या उ चाहिँ अब ल है लेभल 4 भएपछि यस्तो ग्याङ हान्छु सक्यो भने सक्यो नभए सक्यो नभए चाँडै सकाइदिने म्याच त्यसपछि त आउनु दिँदैन होला नि तिमीलाई होइन टरेटले अब एउटा मेन खाना पायो भने हुन्थ्यो यार भनेको त पुगेन गेम सुरु भयो रे हो ल ल ल पख 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 भाइ म ल के गरेको मैले यार कहाँबाट आइदिएर अञ्जलीले हँसायो भयो ब्याक ब्याक रे पख 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 अल छैन त्यसको अल छैन पो आउँछ हाने 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 अल नभएपछि त सजिलै हुन्छ कि चिनेको ल क्रिपले मारिदियो ओइ ल क्रिपले मारिदिँदा ए तर क्रिपले मारेको त काउन्ट हुँदैन रहेछ नि त ए मैले जाने अब के गर्नुपर्ने छ क्रिपले मारेको काउन्ट हुँदैन रहेछ क्या लो भयो भने के गर्नु पर्यो क्रिपलाई मारिदिनु पर्यो फुल एचपी भएर आउँछ ह्याक गाई झ्याक नयाँ नयाँ कुरा थाहा पाएँ मैले त नयाँ कुरा थाहा पाएँ मैले दो थियो नि त एचपी जसरी मारिदिन्थ्यो पो उसको काउन्ट हुँदैन रहेछ पो के गरेको यार छ्या इजी किल थियो त यार अति भएन त इजी किल थियो यार मैले जितिरहेको छु अब एक किल लाग्यो भने गयो पेट्री पनि आयो काप लुकेर बसिरहेको छ कि यो मान्छे कर लास्ट किल दे त लास्ट किल अब ओइ ओइ मारे पछि मारे भागदिरहेको ठ्याक्कै उयो ड्यागर हान्ने बेलामा अरूलाई हानिदिँदा बाटी हुन थाल्यो एनजी बाटी हुन थाल्यो अञ्जली अञ्जली पञ्जली अञ्जली पञ्जली गएमा गेम सुरु भयो अञ्जली बाई बाई अञ्जली
Don't do that.
5 and picks red 4 and 5. So maybe if
अञ्जलीको जुक्सिन भयो जुक्सिन
they're off to a better start in regaining momentum.
अगाडि म धेरै सेप खेलेको छु कि त्यही भएर रहेछ कि
The whole draft, but you know,
त्यही छु म ठिक 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 फेरि खेल्ने फेरि चित्त बुझेर फेरि खेल्ने हो
on his heroes and go back in his dominating fashion, which they're so known for. TLPH just knows how to stop at 10 minutes, 11 minutes into the game.
That's right. Countdown's about to
No,
begin. We just saw Coach finding Hito. Go ahead and remind Zaida and Lancy of some key picks that they should watch out for going into the draft. Let's go.
You almost saw the paper there shown by
Yeah, he's pointing at something.
wanted to take a peek on that one. Obviously, you won't see it here. Random map draw. I would love to see some flying clouds again. Maybe. But it's going to be broken balls.
Right. This is where we were in game 2.
El Neutral, supposedly. And look at that. They hit the win rate.
Hey, even the win rate seemed neutral.
That's
You know what I mean?
right. That's
Both
right.
are close to 50-50.
Look at that. It worked out. It worked out in the end. So we're going to draft. I think the bans are already logged in.
Yep.
There you go.
Literally the
Step
game 1 opener. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy paste my notes.
There you can probably do that.
Didn't forget about it. Actually, it's
Oh, wait.
not the same. they go ahead and steal the Yushin to start.
YSS this time around on Carl Teasy. Again, very strong usually on their drafts. And this is the powerful blue 2 and 3 you were talking about.
Yep.
What's the answer gonna be against
Kiwa yata. He's on ban. Yushin pani ban.
This is TNC's adjustment. They did not go Gatot Yushin because again Yushin's gone. They go Grok Kimmy. So much stronger start for TNC.
Very fair. Yushin is already banned out, so I'm not sure if they want to get a mid laner here right away. But that's gonna be Arlott.
Lead the charge.
And Hilda. All right.
डराउनु हुँदैन त्यही भएर अरे त्यही भनेको त्यही भएर डराउनु हुँदैन 40 बेट गरेको एनजीको 10 बाट 8 मैले पाएको छु रे हजुरले 2 रे त्यही भएर बेट कोइनले नि के किन्न पाउँछ हो स्किनहरु
I don't know, man.
Zai doesn't fit Zai, doesn't it?
Played 0 utility junglers in the playoffs. They might even just go ahead and pick a 3-mar hero.
Can the ban on this yaar pheri
Force Liquid to sandbag those assassin bans in 4 and 5. Never mind.
Follow, subscribe, and guys new viewer huncha bhane
is not gonna fall for it. He's not gonna get forced into a Frederick. He's gonna fight neck and neck, toe to toe, using that joy. I don't blame him.
I'm sakali sa to एउटा के हो 700 कोइन मा किन्न मिल्ने छ क्यारी रे हो र
Former route where I said, hey, you pick a 3-mar hero first, or even a Benny Cutie first pick. Benny usually gets picked in the later half anyways. You risk
I am not the only one
what Zyda's strengths are. So at least with a Joy, you know that you're getting a good Zyda performance, or at least an okay Zyda performance. Harris gets banned out, so does Phovius. Oh.
Still looking for that gold bans here, probably for TNC. Maybe ban out a possible fighter gold.
Skin चाहिँ हैन स्किन चाहिँ किन्न पाउँदैन मान्छे छैन त यार आज यार मैले आज ग्रान्ड फाइनल भयो भन्ने सोचिरहेको थिएँ हैन पनि
Valentina out.
Okay.
What's that preempting? What's that preempting here?
I think TNC are gonna pick big ticket ults going into the second phase.
Oh, Bane got banned out.
They attack Benny. Bane was also banned out in game 1.
So
Here in the
it's a
same
redo.
spot.
Feels like a redo.
In this very same spot.
Okay.
Red 4 could be 3-mar.
What's the big ticket ulti here for XP that we're looking for?
I don't know if I feel about the Alice, but it could be.
I feel like Alice just makes sense, especially if you layer it in with alongside the rock, right?
Yeah. This positioning, good sustain.
A lot of people are just
a little too much max damage though, so I might like the Lapu Lapu.
Alright. Thinking about that XP lane already. And it is going to be Lapu. Get locked in there.
It's a better foil to the Yushin Shin, because all you got to do is wait for the trace list, you're mine.
And balance it out as well, because you already have Joy and Kimmy on the Magic anyway.
Yep.
That's
and boardly pass a lot.
So Liquid looking for pick for Sanji and Oheb.
Data Joy. Achievement rate 620. Going back in the phone.
I don't mind getting a Granger here, because we're not going to suffer the same fate as the Granger of TNC on game 1.
Yes, but also you're in a Yushin Shin.
Already, you feel like that's just it. You just have to give all the gold over to this guy.
Yeah, funnel it over to Carl. Pick a fighter.
Fighter
but
for
what
Oheb.
Fighter, but what fighter?
That's right. Ruby might make some sense, or better sense here. But at the same time, your damage might lack. You need magic damage as well. There's that Farsa.
Yep.
It's still the Ruby.
So they're gonna say go again.
Okay.
Because this is the same picks they had in game 2. And I think Liquid
they changed up one.
Are trying to address what went wrong in game 1. Yes. Game 2 rather. So what's Benny to pick? I think they can still afford a fighter, dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say now.
100%.
Because they have a Joy and a Kimmy, that's enough.
Which fighter though is the big question, and we seem to be running out. A lot of them are banned.
And for Arlott, it is unfortunately by Arlott.
Given the Arlott and the Ruby, but a Cho, I think Benny can still Cho.
And we've seen him be very comfortable on it, so I wouldn't mind seeing that here. Lest they go another great marksman, I don't think they will. This has to be a fighter.
Cho X-Borg.
Cho X-Borg is really good. There you go.
Cho's easier. Man,
छौरोमा
TNC now.
You called a lot of these things.
कि गोल हो गोल हो जस्तो छ यार
Both can
गोल
be
नयाँ स्किन भएकोले पिक
probably true.
पानी स्किन देखाउँदैछ अरे
It feels great. It's good because they have so many threats and they come online when they need
That's
it
right.
to.
Not just because they have a Bane as well. They love picking their Bane. Not just.
All this while, it's just my humble opinion, Liquid feels like they live in the past. Liquid feels like they're trying to correct what happened in Game 2 and get a win off of that.
Yeah, they might be trying to answer too much as well against TNC's lineup, which again
16 के watching छ यार हाम्रो
was going to be a big mistake. And I hope it doesn't get repeated here because with
Although I do like the Hilda. I like the
Hilda's
Hilda
great.
because it's going to run right into that Joy and that Kimmy, but
aside from that, like everything else is like
yeah, everything else looks better for TNC.
yeah. So let's see. And Chakno on the Grok feels just so
ओहेबको गाना हान्नुपर्छ गाइज ओहेबको
it feels so slotted
It's him. It's him.
right?
नाम चाहिँ सही छ चक्नु रेगा
Die ideally.
क्याची नाम
Like
यार
pro players from TN16, half of them said, Grok, who do you think of? First pick, Chaknu.
Groknu, right there. So, Free Martesian and Lapu Lapu will also just do well against Sanford in general. So let's see.
Against Carl too. Against Sanji too.
Everyone. So that Lapu pick was just really on the dot. Again, they're trying to balance out their magic damage and their physical damage.
Yep.
It works very well. Lapu Lapu is going to output
And the Cho.
and the Cho.
See, Benny's going to build this hybrid. And I wouldn't be okay with just calling it a fighter in the gold lane. It's an assassin in the gold lane.
I expect a lot of kills to come through earlier on, especially for TNC because of the Cho pick.
Yep.
It'll be a lot harder for them to gank. Actually, they're the ones who are probably going to do the ganking here.
That's right.
So
Because
केटीहरु मात्र देखाएको
yes, right, that's right. At least for the first 5 to 6 minutes.
आफ्नो आँखा पो केटीतिर गएको छ यार केटाहरु धेरै
9 to 10, conservatively speaking, yeah.
All right.
Because look, what's the power spike you're looking for here? It's gonna mainly come from the Yusun, no, not the Yusun shit. It's gonna mainly come from the Farsa. Like that is the initial salvo of damage.
That's it.
And then you transition to maybe
सक्नु केरलाको बानी फारामिस कम्बो
Oheb is also going to
हेर न ब्रो लास्टै ब्रोकन छ
as
त्यही
well.
भनेको
or
है
over 40. Or over 40, like either way, because we've seen some Arlets go ham.
They're basically on the same roll. So
That is TNC. That is what you did to the game.
what?
You changed the game. You
Can
put
like
two
ban it
fighters,
if it's combo.
fighters on both ends of the map.
They're so interchangeable and they're just doing the same job. Man, oh man, I am so excited to have some changes with this soon. I hope we get a new hero, maybe Obsidian
Oh
makes
my
it.
God!
Look at
That
that.
guy brought it back.
That's an OG.
That's the same image from last night.
That's right. Exactly. It's crumpled up, so you know they already used it.
That's 2019 Chaknu.
It is 2019 Chaknu though.
He is their patron.
This is the drill's master sergeant you were talking about earlier.
Legend goes. That photo when he's
कस्तो टाइम लगाएको थियो यार अघि गेम सुरु भयो भन्दै थियो ब्रदरले प्रशान्त ब्रदरले
It's just up there. It's
थर्ड पुश गरेर सकाइदिएको छ म्याच हो त्यस्तो हानेको छ
a kiss before he leaves.
everyone's just
सक्नु र केरला पहिला सँगै रहेछ हैन
time they pass by the hallways.
ओमेगा के भन्नुमा
Thank you, Chaknu. Every
Thank you,
star they
Chaknu.
get in RGs.
The blessed photo. Or some people would say cursed, but I would say it's blessed.
Who says it's cursed?
Some people do.
They're wrong.
They're all wrong.
ओए तहरे बल्ल हुँदैछ
We're gonna try
10
to
मिनेट
track
अगाडि
it
गेम
down.
सुरु भयो भन्दै
I still heard a little bit of a low growl when everyone banned out when TLPH banned out the Lunox. I think everyone still wants to see the Lunox here
Yep.
today.
The world now went from laughing at the Lunox to being scared of it.
Just and all the fans hoping that it also makes an appearance because it's just so scary in the right hands. And
The right hand
honestly,
being Lancey's.
Lancey, exactly. I would love. You know what? Oheb also has like a little bit of a history.
स्याम डाइ केटाहरु म टोइट गरे
So I would not mind to see that as well in the hands of TLPH eventually. And Mima, come on, Mima's been here since day one.
Oh, Mimadar's feeling it. Oh, wow!
Oh,
It's a Muse battle!
Oh,
They were here
Okay.
last night, too!
that's right. It's a new challenger, folks. They are.
You know what? TNC, this Muse of theirs won them last night.
Absolutely.
They would not be able to drop Onyx without the support of their
They
Muse. And look at that!
They had a different representative, and today
TNC 360!
they're wearing the right colors as well, man.
Yep.
I don't know what to say.
They came prepared.
They came prepared.
Mimadars, I don't know if that's
Mimadars,
allowed.
man.
Mimadars, there are children watching.
I don't think you should do that. Yes, yes. But look at that. We got backup here from the multiverse.
Oh.
That's a lot of backup for TNC.
That's a huge crowd. You see the crowd? Mimadars is rocking with.
This is bigger.
That's huge.
This is more recent. This is recency bias.
Yep.
All the way
was
from Riyadh.
given the honor. JP was given the honor. The nod.
The nod.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
That's right. So,
Right.
by association, Mimadars is allowed to wear that crown.
That is true. So, all of this, I hope you guys are just.
Hey,
Carl, this is what
Luigi,
the energy
fuck is happening on the stadium?
It's
Hizo यस्तै भएको थियो हिजो नि यस्तै भएको थियो
And they have grown. From what I know, from what I've talked to with our Phoenix Army friends, some would say the Phoenix guys,
The Phoenix Boys.
the Phoenix Boys, according to Chaknu.
Yeah.
A lot of them also came from like the Omega fan base. A lot of them are also present here today.
Yeah.
So,
So that's what's so cool about these fan bases, these communities, is they're very
कत्रो टाइम लाग्यो
be
यार
part of one,
yes,
के प्रब्लम भयो
the
त्यसको
other
के
as well.
very flexible.
And then you
TY.
can change the energy you have when you're with different groups.
Yes, because you know, TLPH, they also have a lot of like combined group efforts. Like some of them are from like way back then,
Oh, yeah.
from Aurora,
Some
from
agents,
Blacklist.
because they followed OHEM.
See, so we are in an era where you are probably not a fan of just one team
Yep.
at this point.
You can be fans of all the teams, all the players. Like being an MPLPH super fan is not mutually exclusive.
Is that the reason why they call it super fan now? Because
Yeah.
they've evolved.
Yes, that's exactly what I am.
Right?
That's actually what we are.
Man, it is just so nice to
We're
see
just super fans in suits, man.
super fans and suits.
Yeah, we're paid to enjoy this game and to share that experience with the international audience.
Yeah, and then obviously all of that is just culminating to us just enjoying the game later on for sure.
Yeah, a little bit of intellectual banter here and there, you know, like
And then-
giving some insight,
Yeah.
guessing some picks here and there, but
And
that's
then
fine.
later, after the cameras turned off, we're all shouting anyway.
Yeah. Blurting out things that can't be on broadcast because of how cool things are.
Yeah, exactly. So overall, everyone here is a super fan, and we have evolved. And
Are they wearing uniforms?
wait, it's a Saturday, isn't it?
Hey, university is that school on the weekends.
That is
Okay, so
true.
she's in
Oh,
class?
they're done. Wait a second.
That's a working student.
Literal working student.
She's seated amongst the super fan
The
area. so
super
she's-
multitask.
For
Oh
multitasking
my goodness.
That's adorable.
That is.
लेस्बियनहरूलाई देखाउँछ के भन्छ भने हैन
This caliber of esports events when we were in school.
We only had a yellow pad when we were in school, guys. I'm sorry, we didn't have like stuff. We couldn't attend online classes. So it's a big privilege, obviously.
Online classes, what was that?
Oh,
That wasn't a thing.
It can't.
It's either you were in school or you were not.
That's why. That's why now you can kind of just forgive people who are coming into events in uniforms because they probably are multitasking to the maximum level. And there you go with our friends from Infinix.
Hey, even those who make this event possible are having a good time.
That's right.
They're technically working, but also enjoying the show.
That's right. And I think that if you're working right now, you would not be remiss. Your manager would not be so mad if you joined us here, especially if your work is mostly remote.
कस्तो टाइम लाग्यो यहाँ त
Maybe you drop by for
आधाखाली ब्रेक हो क्या
because surprisingly, we have a few slots for the finals.
Very little. I think
Very little slots.
a majority of the prepaid tickets are sold out.
Yes.
So if there were to be more tickets, keep checking, keep refreshing that website. They would be ad hoc tickets. Like they would have just opened it up because we want more super fans to enjoy the grand finals experience.
And I think they're gonna open up some areas of this. That's what I heard. I'm not sure.
You can sit over here.
We'll know tomorrow. We'll accommodate you here
sit
if we
over
need
here.
to.
But you have to be part of the show.
Well, honestly, at this point, maybe that area could be
Do you
opened
want to
up.
predict drafts? You sit over here.
We have an extra seat. We literally have an extra seat.
This could
We're looking for a guest that we could.
Are you a former MPLPH champion or player / staff?
Staff would be fine as well.
Be for you.
If you used to write scripts for us, if you used to be on part of the graphics.
There's a good chance that if you were any of the above, we are friends.
जाऊ जाऊ गो खाली खाली छ रे देशी
Yes.
The seat could be for you.
MPL champion go छ
Right
यहाँ
now, if you're in the area. Can we do that?
I don't know if
I don't think we can, but
Given 24 hours notice,
we might
long toilet
be able to. And
the seat could be for you.
कालटी चाहिँ long toilet आएर गाइस
it's also another best of
त्यही भएर
7,
late भएको
so
रे
you
गेम
can expect it to be a very long day again.
Like today. Because again, we don't
We're
know who has
reset.
momentum. No one has true momentum yet.
We're back on BO5. We're starting
That's
in BO5 again.
Win 3, yeah. So they need to win 3 from here. Who would have thought that the defending champions, the defending mid-season cup champions, would be made sweat at least this early on in a best of 7 series by TNC?
That's true. I actually expected TNC to kind of pick up after like a 2-0.
Yeah.
That's what they've been known for. You know, Chakmamba right here, he's been known to be one of the super late game players, and now he's transitioned into something definitely better. He's been able to control games with the Grok.
And he got it.
And he got the Grok.
By the way, in case you guys are wondering what the draft looks like before we jump into the game, he has the Grok. There is a Kimmy. There is a Joy. The draft looks good for TNC.
It does. And now we are going to be able to see them get back into it very soon. What is this highlight? Why is everyone just... Aren't you guys supposed to be working?
This is a majority of the Filipino broadcast.
Everyone's here, even if they don't have a shift.
Yep. Again, if you're not here, where are you?
Where are you? You should be watching. That's how good it is. People go here even without getting paid. They pay to be here. That's how good this grand finals or this playoffs is
Dude.
to be here. So come on in over. Cuneta Astro, it's pretty. It's near the heart of the Manila area.
Yep.
अहिले बचाउँछु म
We're going to do it.
अहिले बचाउँछु
We have a few more seconds. Throw in our casters right now.
Thanks so much, Leo and Rockhart. I love hearing you guys talk, you know? And I'm glad
आज त ढिला भयो त अरे आज ढिला भयो नि तर कडा आयो नि वाचलङ
time to jump into game 3.
तल आउँछु के अहिले म
Took a little bit longer.
अहिले तल आउँछु के म
Refresh of the draft and the emblems. But yeah, I think this is a big one. After TNC took game 2, they get some very comfort picks here, Redmar.
Yeah, Benny Cutie on the Assassin Emblem show still has the concussive blast, but this is going to be the one that builds BOD, if I'm not mistaken, by the 3rd item. So this is going to be damage, you're going to be hunting.
Sucky to break this, sucky.
Roamer. He's going to be changing things up with 3-mar in terms of who's going to be holding the front. But this Ruby in game number 3 fares better.
Gold Ruby versus Gold Chow.
Because now your Don't Run Wolf King actually does more.
Versus Kaltiji.
Isn't she? Doesn't do that much though up against the Lapu Lapu and Grok, so it's up to the timing of Oheb. But Sanji, oh my goodness.
Very पर्छ
He's gonna pop the Purify though.
Okay.
So early on damage.
Yeah.
Early on pressure from TNC. I think that's the other thing is like how well Oheb's able to utilize this Ruby pick, but also I feel like Joy just hasn't done too well, you know? We've only seen it a couple times so far in the playoffs, and it is now in the hands of Zyda. We'll see if this time around he's able to kind of break that mold on how Joys have been performing.
Especially now that our panelists have also highlighted the presence of Ahilda being a really great option against this lineup, because you could see it right now. JP just trying to always be in front of their faces, and now they get first blood onto 3-mar. Zyda will fall next. And that's
Yeah, and the final slash of Sanford
on
the
the
yet again, perfect initiation by the Arlot, the signature pick of 4D.
There's something about the Joy, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just too squishy right now, the current meta, but Zyda got deleted. And I feel like, you know, playing against a final slash and even to in a sense, a lot of the crowd control that's going to come out from this lineup could be a problem that TNC is constantly facing throughout this game. Look what's happening here too. Benny Cutie will go ahead and deal with it. They wanted to go ahead and try to secure this purple buff, keep it safe. You can see where Zyda's positioning is too, and how they're going to rotate.
As we saw in the last fight, the Arlot.
Yeah, 1v1 nagdim na there.
Yes, questions on the Oheb Ruby, but definitely how Sanford interplays with Carl Teasy was actually perfect in the last sequence because they were able to use the turtle shift as well. Zyda.
1v1 को चाहिँ नराखौँ यो त्यहाँहरुको गेम को राखौँ न.
Chapter for the help.
Chapter who just wanted to block them. He just wanted to help Zyda because you could feel the threat of Liquid coming not just from JP now. It's from every single member who tries to scout him. And even just as he wanted to transition to the purple, that's where JP comes back in. This is Liquid starting off the game the way they want to. A free objective, no kills whatsoever on either of their sides, and both being very stable and efficient.
Yeah, you're seeing how much work is needing to be done, though, to help Zyda right now. You can't be in a position where you fall too far behind against the YSS in the hands of Carl Teasy. Angie?
He gets caught here. Chapnu won't use any other resource.
He didn't commit the tech charge there, though.
The TLPH
The fact that Sanji still has Purify means it would have been a wasted ultimate up top. Zyda pressured again. JP, man!
What? That's all the damage from a Hilda alone?
Yep.
It's something about this, Joey, man. I mean, you can't even get away from an R-Lot in the hands of Sanford, and next thing you know, you're dead. And look at
Tiम्रो यस्तै हुन्छ भने चाहिँ खेलायो भने
for the most part, man. Like,
हिल्डाले नि स्टन हान्छ आर्लोटले नि हान्छ रुबीले नि हान्छ
JP's Hilda as well, doing things that he was known for, made a name for himself at in MSC 2025. TNC, though, still healthy enough, but let's see just how heavily they'll commit. They need to find the R-Lot first. Chapnu gets to spot Sanford.
Yep.
2K को लीड भइसक्यो यार
Famous Fighter 2 committed on the R-Lot. He'll have to run away.
हाने लाप्ले हाने
Kill. Will the other members of TNC follow up? They get to zone Liquid.
एक टोटल चाहिँ भए
Yeah, condition check. They found Sanford. I don't think Sanford wanted to step out of that bush. He wanted to make the most out of his position there, but he stepped out for a moment. And Benny Cutie actually threatened Oheb, which meant that Oheb had to use his flicker to get out of the
रेड बक है
Lancy will
ओए
the concussive.
ओए आए लाप है ओए
But 3mar with such great precision too catches up.
fancy moves from JP, but not enough to get away. Still, though, he gets a kill. That's great for him. Again, this
one go
getting a kill.
लीड चाहिँ 2 को लीड बाट 1 को लीड मा गयो
Most annoying roams to deal
943
that gives you a little bit of an advantage here to work around. It slows down Nancy. I mean, he even used up his Purify earlier on too, so now he's even more susceptible.
Yeah, you see, Zyda just built up the tough boots, and he really needs that with all the crowd control that Team Liquid keeps throwing at him. Probably would have thought, hey, maybe Warrior Boots would have been good for him because all of the physical damage is what's actually messing up this Joy. But the crowd control is what he needs to get rid of the most, because there's a chance he'll be able to, once he has his items, yes, he'll get out of the crowd control much quicker, then he'll just regain that he lost.
Oh, don't run Wolf King.
र टाइम नन भाइ टिएनसी हारिरहेको बेलामा
To pull off the full combo, and they might actually get to defend this. Look at Oheb.
I gotta say, trying to.
ओ जोय मर्या अब
You can't speak
यस्तो स्क्विसी छ जोय यार
He just wanted to defend. Chapnu here as well, but they won't even pay attention to him as much, or maybe they will because they force out the tech
Hold on,
charge.
यार
I want to say two things real quick.
Okay.
It's so hard to gank a Ruby on the turret.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's a kick. They do get the Purify out. All right, hold on. And the last thought there was, man, again, Joy. Zyda has been shut down.
Okay, and Sanford might get shut down too.
All the crowd control in the game, putting in the work. Sansan putting in the work. Sanford, again, now this time he didn't show himself out of that bush. He waited as Carl Teasy and Sanji were the ones pushing the turret. He waited for the eventual defense of TNC, which is why they were able to get the kill.
Oh, Chapnu? Is he gonna be targeted? What a sidestep!
No,
And
good
he
one, yeah.
actually gets to catch multiple members. 3mar with follow-up too.
Total
This is
bad,
after
huh?
Carl. Feathered airstrike from that reposition on Sanji. But TNC will get this
फेरि
objective.
2.5k को लीड भयो यार
Using the
2.0k
flicker to change the
1.9
trajectory of the tech charge to knock 3 members of Liquid up, showing why our guest in the Filipino broadcast panel just a few days ago, Fuego, one of the most well-known content creators in the MLBB space, why he saw Chapnu.
ओए चौ मर्या अब ऊ
Like that.
That was a grab.
खै दाजु गेम प्ले हेर्न आएको खैरीको पो रहेछ अरे त्यही त
Just out of the timing, he thought that he'd be able to contest that without a problem, but then
यस्तो के छ ब्रदर
Yeah, because that was a Jeet Kundo that he used, but he just timed the I'm offended so well that they were able to catch him.
All-
Now 3mar, he's trying
लेन
to
क्लियर गर्नलाई युज गरेछ बिचराले अल्ट्यार जोइले यार हेलो हजुर घरमै छु
brings them down to at least half HP.
अँ
Not entirely something
के गर तपाईँ
he can't
म के नि गरे हैन म नन स्टप 4 दिन जान खाइदिए नि त 2 दिन हिजो र अस्ति त मोबाइल
Hello?
Liquid, significant lead. No clear lead up the gold laners. He has 700, 800 floating, 500 between the two mid laners. It's Zyda who's suffering the most. Of course, with the 3 deaths, we saw the difficulty he had. Good stun by Carl TZ, forcing back 3 Mar. And now TC Pro Team really have to play for their joy. They need this joy online and good to go.
But if he knows 2 members, Way of the Dragon already committed. Tech charge 2, it still catches JP.
Miss by air.
Oheb will go back. He doesn't catch anyone with the I'm offended, but oh my goodness.
Doएको damage छ र
He still
doएको
finds
damage
the
छ र
target.
छ र ओइ ल कहाँ एक्लै बसेको पर्छ
You're after him. He still has the wings by wings, and now they change targets onto 3 Mar. He might not actually have
रापुल गयो
That's a mega kill for Carl TZ.
एकदम बेस्टले हो
I was surprised that Chaplin committed the tech charge. I thought after JP was able to get away that they just let him go.
आज दाइको गेम नहेर आज यो यिनीहरूको गेम हेर दामी खेल्छ यिनीहरूले दाइले भन्दै यार कति दामी
After that,
म त के हो के नि यार
They bring them back in. He still gets to walk away, but Medicure has
रिकल देखा रिकल
uses it on Sanford, but picks up the kill.
म्याग हानिरहेको छ यार कतिको लिड छ ए 5.8 को लिड रहेछ सक्नु चाहिँ मरामरी छ हौ प्युरिफाई नहानी बच्यो त फर्छ अरे त्यही भने
Rimar using the bravest fighter. Oheb all alone because Sanji has the wings by wings out. But he's still
हेलो हेलो
not stopping the
हजुर
Oheb knows just how much in the
हेलो
मैले भनेको हैन
अँ
हेलो
हजुर हजुर अँ
हेलो
हेलो हेलो
मैले भनेको त्यो तपाईँ कतै उयो कहाँ जान्छ उयो गर्न के अरे अहिले भर्खर मैले फेस वास त्यस्तो सबै गरेको के हिजो दिउँसोभरि आज दिउँसोभरि सुतेर भोलिदेखि त अफिस हो
अँ
still only just a Fury hammer.
अहिले उयो गर्न जाउँ न हामी मसाज
It's insane.
मसाज गर्न जाने
Radiant armor to help with the magic damage.
मैले त मैले त गरेकै छैन मलाई थाहा नभएर म त बसिरहेको छु
Even when Zyda with the holy crystal is still going to be thinking,
अहिले भर्खर अनुहारको मसाज गरेको त यस्तो मजा आयो यार
he finds. But
हो र
अनि म गर्दा गर्दै त्यहाँबाट निस्केर तपाईँलाई फोन गरेको के
आउनु न त डाँडातिर अहिले एकछिनमा
Oheb gets a spot onto the joy.
कति टाइम लाग्छ अनि फेरि घर आइहाल्नु पर्छ के
कति बजी अहिले 5 बजे 5:30 बजीतिर तर त्यहाँ ठाउँ नै देखाएको छैन खोज्नुपर्छ हजुर लाग्छ नि डन्ने म त गएको छैन खोज्दै जानुपर्छ
from Sanford picking up
कति पैसा जति लाग्छ
before the Lord gets
लाग्छ होला नि 2-3 हजार
Oheb with the I'm offended also
3,000
अँ
now it's just Chapnu and
कति टाइम हुन्छ
on the D.
1 घण्टा होला सायद
त्यस्तो ह्याप्पी इन्डिङ हो यस्तो के भन्छ नि हो त्यस्तो चाहियो खास आनन्द
मलाई त्यही त हो मलाई रिल्याक्स मात्र हो
Game number 3.
अनुहारको गर्ने भने चाहिँ मेरो तपाईँ यहाँ आउनु ठ्याक्क यस्तो दामी गरिदिन्छ म त्यही चोकमै छु कि
हो ठिक हो
यस्तो मजा आउने पुरै फ्रेस भयो अहिले एकछिन आएर अनि त्यहाँ गफ गरौँ न है जाने हो
आउनु नि त आउनु
खोजौँ न अनलाइन खोजौँ
ल आउनु न
कति बजी भने आइहाल्नु है निजी फेरि कति न
ल म आएछु अब यो एक गेम सकिसक्यो आउँछु म
कति
5:15 मा आउनु 5:15 मा
What we're talking about, guys. When we say you can get stampeded by Team Liquid, it's this fast. 11 minutes, 12 minutes, it ain't even a thing. They get the win. They
जित्यो
get
त गाई TLPH ले के हो
I think the key to Liquid success in game number 3 is the fact that they knew what they were trying to do before the game even began.
हार्लोडले खतरा
What I'm
हान्दैन
trying to
यार
say is it's an execution diff.
3-1-1
TNC,
Good
the
card
defense
using for
was
you,
sound going into game number 3, but parts of this game, again, it was very quick, so all the more it was easier to punish. It seemed like they weren't talking. It seemed like a lot of communication was suffering, and guess what? Who best
फेरि एमबी भएछ यार एक्सपिरियन्स
get in there and make you remember that, hey, you're fighting
एक all game finish
the
रे त्यही
FC
भनेको
champions, you're fighting defending champions. 40, the Apex Predator, oh my god. I did tell you, before even Carl TZ goes online with the Eason Shin,
अब पुरो गेम नहेरी जानुपर्ने हो कि के हो रे जानुपर्ने भयो यार
not the Farsa, it's the Arlet or the
केही छैन 7 को गेम हो अहिले भरे आएर हेर्छु एकछिन
That's right. He's so
एउटा हाल्छु
aggressive.
युट्युबमा हेर न
Finals last
20 मै
camera,
सँगै हेर्नु मन चाहिँ के गर्नु यार
Was that right? Was that too much? All right. So Sanford, obviously, I think he was also MVP in game 1, wasn't he? I think he was. He was also in the Lapu Lapu back then. So right here, obviously, so many things just went right for TL and TNC. They were having a hard time connecting with each other across the map.
Yep, I like to think it wasn't just purely because of 40 not to, downplay how good he was in this game, but there were so many things happening on the map, and I think that's exactly what it is. I just stumbled into the right words. JP running into dude, Sanji, feather airstrike.
ल केटाहरू म चाहिँ जान्छु है त बस्नु सामने सबजना त्यसमा हेर न केटाहरू सबजना मिलेर
I'm not sure if we'll see it now, but the format final flash. I could have sworn it
2
was a
घण्टाको
big
मात्रै स्ट्रिम भयो अहिले वाचलङ त त्यति काम छैन क्या मलाई अलि धेरै सब्स्क्राइबर भएपछि धेरै फलोअर्स भएपछि चाहिँ दामी हुन्छ
But there are also moments like, why did Zyda randomly die somewhere? Why does Benecuti get picked off here out of nowhere? Stuff like this should not happen, especially in the highest level of play.
Yeah, so is it task saturation that they got distracted and they did not make the right call?
ल ल केटाहरू गएको ल बाई बाई केटाहरू सबजना सेफ थ्याङ्क यू फर सपोर्टिङ यार सपोर्ट गरिदिएको छ जस सपोर्टिङ